Yo, what's up, my divineless companions? It's your favorite hindsight god, Hayton, here to get you back up to speed faster than Alma. Last time on Part-Time Gods, Will, Andrew, and Noel tried to get some rest after a long day's work, both mortal and divine. However, their night was interrupted when 3 animated fence posts ambushed them in their homes. Each deity survived the attack, but not without significant property damage. They reunited, and fueled by a shared rage, paid a nighttime visit to the obvious culprit, Francis, the god of fences. They called Francis out of his house, where he tried to threaten them. In response, Andrew shattered his enchanted fence, and they demanded he leave their group alone, or else. The terrified Francis agreed to abandon his crusade and asked to join their pantheon instead. They laughed and said no, though Will did take sympathy on the lonely god. Later that day, the deities finally finished their pantheon ritual and met up with their goblin contact, Drav, to start making plans against Horatio. Drav insisted that Horatio is too strong and has too many powerful allies to take him head on. But in God Wars of the past, dwarven crafted items have turned the tide of battle. Drav happens to know a dwarf who owns a local tavern. Noelle used her fan network to find someone with access to the tavern, while Will recruited Francis, the fence god, to help make an impression with the dwarf owner. Looks like the new pantheon is on their way to making moves against the Goblin King. Say your prayers, mortals. More Part-Time Gods starts right now. Good evening, fellow geeks. Welcome back to our playthrough of Part-Time Gods. So happy to see some of your familiar faces back again. We had quite the long break. We're happy to be back, and we're going to jump back into the game in just a moment. But before we do, let's talk about all the awesome people that we have playing with us tonight, including a very special guest. And we'll go ahead and start and let Drac introduce himself. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's wait for your character until they get introduced, but tell us about Drac the person, where you can be found on the internet.
Yeah, hi, I'm Drac, or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics, that's DRAKONIQUES. I'm a TTRPG performer, producer, writer, anything and everything TTRPG related I am doing or will be doing. I'm currently running I guess I can shout this out, a Kickstarter, which is my main big thing right now, to fund an actual play called Beyond the Brook, which is going to be a 10-episode series of a Over the Garden Wall inspired actual play. And we're teamed up with Die Hard Dice for that. So if you keep an eye on my Twitter, and you'll see some cast announcements and some cool things that Die Hard Dice are going to be doing with us to promote that game. But other than that, I'm in a bunch of different TTRPG actual plays on Wednesdays over on Captain Robear's channel in a campaign called Stormforge, where I play a gunslinger and the only non-magical person in the entire party, which has been an experience. On Thursdays, this Thursday actually, I think it's going to be the finale of it. I'm over on Roll For It at 10 a.m. Eastern, no, 10 a.m. Pacific, in another Pathfinder campaign called Veltorn, which is a campaign set in 1940 something, I believe, in a world where the fantasy world accidentally merged and melded very violently with the modern real world we live in. And with coming to the finale, it's going to be intense from where we left off last episode. a huge betrayal happened. So if you want to see how that plays out, catch me there. But yeah, I have other stuff going on, but I can't talk about all of them just yet. So follow me on Twitter to find out when I can.
Man, lots of exciting content. Excited to have you gaming with us. Thanks so much for joining tonight.
Thanks for
Excited to
having
get
me.
to your character. All right, next up, let's talk about the usual people we have on stream for this series. We'll start with Tori. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and about Noelle?
Hello, I'm the usual Tori. I am usually here at Level 1 Geek, and I usually play Noelle, on this campaign at least. She is the goddess of birds, generally a grumpy person, doesn't like other humans most of the time, and prefers to hang out with birds given the choice. However, she has found some room in her heart to tolerate Andrew and Will, her fellow two Pantheon gods.
Fantastic. Love it. Excited to see Noelle back in action. Next up, we have Nathan. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your character?
Hello, yes, Nathan. I am one member of Knights of Bastille. We make tabletop RPG resources for mobile devices. You can find us at knightsofbastille.com, look up our apps, and I am playing Will Fife, the god of wireless communication. He doesn't really draw lines between private texts and public texts, and he will be just reading your messages when you're not looking. So
Sliding into unwanted DMs all over the place. Excellent. Excited to have you back, Nathan. And last but certainly not least, Bill, tell us about yourself and your character.
Hey, I'm Bill. I'm a podcaster. If you want to check out Escape This Podcast, you can see all these fun audio escape rooms played by cool guests. If you want to check out Solve This Murder, there's a new mystery coming very soon that I wrote, that I ran for my partner. It's a murder mystery that starts with witnessing the entire murder play out, but only in someone's VR avatar during a live stream of a game. So then you have to figure out what the actual murder ended up being in real life. It's a good setup. It's a good premise. It's coming soon. I've got them all recorded. I'm editing them now. Wait, please. It's coming. I have to write all the music. Calm down. I'm playing Andrew Stewart, who is the I can't remember who's Andrew Stewart. He's a Scottish man. He's a big firefighter guy. And I'm the I've legitimately forgotten what I'm the god of.
Awards.
Awards. That's right. I remember this.
We've been on break for a minute, everyone.
3 weeks. I don't remember what happened 4 weeks ago. I'm the god of awards. And part of this lovely pantheon.
Yes, which is now officially a pantheon as of
It's
last
officially
episode.
a pantheon. We all get power from each other's locations of power. I'm
Like
sure there are other benefits too.
Yeah, like a little deity family now. It's great. Fantastic. Happy to have you here, Bill. Bill makes fantastic content. Check it out. And I am Chase. I'm playing the Game Master for this campaign. I am part of Level 1 Geek, and that is enough said about me. So, welcome everybody. Before we jump back into the game, if you guys missed the recap, we had one at the start of this session here. And also, these episodes are on YouTube, and they are up to date. They go up on Fridays. So if you guys would like to catch up on this series, you can start from the very beginning, and you can start joining us for live streams. So definitely check out our YouTube if you guys want to catch up on the series. And also, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who is here on the stream, who's here on past streams. Thanks for everybody who supports this series. We do have some fun chat interactions that you guys can do. And I believe the command for those, if you would like to see what they do, is you can do !Pantheon, I think. Katie's going to correct me if I'm wrong, because I've also been on break and I forgot the command. But we have some chat interactions. You guys can give some blessed dice, which are the Pantheon dice to there. Those are just going to be straight up helpful for the characters. You can give some curse dice if you want to help me out, or the players can draw on those curse dice if they want to get a bonus with a little bit of a twist. And then if you guys would like to donate through monetary means, such as gifting subscriptions, subscribing, bits, if you're a Patreon supporter, you can become a worshiper of one of our deities. And we're going to shout you out on the next stream if you're a worshiper, and it's going to give the players some benefits. And we're going to do those shout outs here in just a moment. And I also want to shout out if anybody wants to become a worshiper of Drax character tonight, that will give Drax character some additional bonuses on the fly that we're going to throw at him. So those are some options for you guys. A quick rundown on it since we haven't done a session for a while. And before we hop into it, let's go ahead and let's start with some blessings for the worshipers from our last episode. Tori, I believe you had a couple if you want to kick it off.
Yes. So 4 weeks ago, I almost said 4 months ago. It feels like 4 months. 4 weeks ago, Wombat Fuzz and Always a Wolf were kind enough to give me some of their patronage. They are active members of the Bird's Eye View birding forum that Noel runs. However, recently in the birding community, people have been all abuzz because 2 flycatcher species were recently combined into one, which most normal people wouldn't care or know about that, but it happened, and now many of these bird watchers, their lists, they're called life lists, basically how many birds, different types of birds they've seen in their lives, it's gone down by 1 because the species are no longer 2, it's just 1. No. And so Always a Wolf and Wombat Fuzz were not immune to this unfortunate loss of a bird on their life list. So this week, Noel is blessing them to be able to replace that life list with 1 new life bird that they haven't seen before, so they can fill that slot once more.
Fantastic. Love it. Good stuff. Thank you, Tori, and thank you to the worshipers of Noel. We appreciate your support. All right, next up we have Nathan. I believe Will had some worshipers, so why don't you go ahead and give some shout outs.
Yeah, I was going to say that wasn't really heading toward blessing direction, but you pulled it out there towards the end.
I know this because my significant other was telling me about all this. So that's a real thing that happened.
Wow, so
I was
it's
like,
factual.
That's going to be perfect for my blessing.
All right, Wombat Fuzz and Always Wolf, likewise, while they're on those forums, they need the internet connection. This is their connection. And some patronage came Will Fife's way. And the blessing this week is simple. Internet, no disconnectivity this week. Why not? It could happen. Come on, guys. This is we're imagining here. There you go.
We need that blessing on the stream a couple weeks ago. Fantastic. Thank you, Nathan, and thank you to the supporters. Much appreciated. And Bill, I believe Andrew had a couple as well, if you want to give some shout outs.
Yes, look, same sort of set. Wombat Fuzz and Always Wolf. I've blessed Wombat Fuzz before twice. They won Best Birder on Noel's Bird Forum, and then because they turned down muffins at a soccer game, so as to be impartial during a competition, they ended up with a muffin truck that broke down in front of their house, and they got all these muffins. That was great. We all remember that. Oh, how we laughed. Wombat Fuzz gets another blessing. And in this case, I think Wombat Fuzz... You know when you're leaving a store and they sometimes let you vote on stuff by putting a tip in a different jar? Wombat Fuzz always does that, which is helpful for the people who run the stores, but it's also part of the spirit of awards and competition, of being one of the people who makes a choice and votes. And because of that, Wombat Fuzz, next time they went into a store, turned out, just happened to be I had to shove a lot of people around. That they ended up being the millionth customer of that store. The prize wasn't actually that big, it's a small store. They won a meat plate, but they enjoyed it. And that's what's important. And then for Always a Wolf, it's the first time they've worshipped the God of Awards. Always Wolf won an Emmy for Best Writer in a Comedy Series. Just happened.
Wow.
I didn't tip the scales too much, but hey, there you go. Sorry, Wombat, I know you only got a meat plate, not an Emmy, but that's just how it shakes out sometimes.
It's just how awards do be. Fantastic. Great blessings. Thank you, Bill, and thank you, supporters. And along all of you valiant worshippers of these deities, there were some agents of chaos. And one of them, Wombat Fuzz, we see you playing both sides, and that just tells me, you like to sit back, you like to watch the chaos with some popcorn. RLU, Real Life Unicorn, we know you're an agent of chaos. So I just hope that you both have a week full of entertainment and watching the chaos that you cause. Hopefully it's, in good fun chaos, but I hope that it entertains you nonetheless. And big thank you to RLU and Wombat Fuzz and to all of our supporters. Thank you so much, everybody who's here. We appreciate you making our streams happen. Interacting with the stream always makes it a lot more fun, so we're happy to see you all here. All right, and I think that is all of the logistics that we have out of the way. So I think, everybody, it is time to hop back into the game. So last time we left off, we already did a full recap, but you guys were talking with Drav, your goblin contact, who was helping you make a plan for what to do about Horatio, the Goblin King, as people have kind of nicknamed him. You guys found out he's actually the god of atheism. He's very powerful, and you are all not really sure how you're going to handle it, including Alma. She's putting a task force together, but as of now, it does not look promising. Drav has some knowledge of the history of the old God Wars and is giving you guys a piece of information that a lot of the old God Wars were turned around by very powerful artifacts that were created by dwarves. Luckily, Drav introduced you all to a dwarf, or gave you a heads up on where a dwarf is located. He owns a local tavern, and Noelle flexed her social network to try to get a nice inn at the tavern. One of her fans has a bardcore band that performs there every week. So you guys are going to be attending with that band to go show up to the bar. And Nathan, you will also found out that your friend, the God of Fences, is supposed to be part of the Crafters Guild. And so you figured that might also be a good impression. So you have invited Francis along with as well, which was mostly to the dismay of Andrew and Noelle, I believe.
I will point out we are not going together, and Andrew is coming with Noelle.
There you go. I like it.
Will's going to meet Francis. He's definitely going with you guys, but we'll see how that all plays out.
Does Will... Okay, so Will's coming with us. Did Will tell us that... Do we know that Francis is going to be there? Did Will tell us that?
Can you read texts?
Yes.
Like,
I mean,
yes,
if you send them to us.
To me, yes.
Oh, you can't just read everyone's text? Oh.
No.
Yeah, you guys probably don't know.
I know you don't have the omnipotence to read everyone's text. Well, dang.
Well, that'll be a fun surprise. Okay.
Fantastic. So we're doing a little bit of a time skip from our last episode. We're going a couple days ahead to the following Saturday. And you guys would have had a nice balanced week of work, being able to handle your relationships and whatnot. So let's have everybody go ahead and take 2 free time back for this time skip.
All right.
And then we are actually just going to begin the scene inside of the tavern. Production, if you wouldn't mind putting up our territory map here so we can kind of give a visual of where we're going to. And also we're going to be showing some character art off here in just a little bit. But yes, on the territory map, this is Tewaz Tankard, right here where the heroes are surrounding. I just realized my pinging mod is not working in Foundry, so I'm going to have to describe the best I can. If you can see that Will and Noelle are beside it. Andrew just disappeared somewhere. That is the Tewaz Tankard. Okay. You're on top of it. That explains.
I'll move back out. There you go.
You're hiding in the back alley.
Hello.
So you guys are in California. There's a lot of bars around, a lot of different themes. This bar is just kind of tucked behind a little shopping mall. It's not anything extravagant. It is quite charming. It looks kind of like an old-fashioned tavern. It has a big tankard wooden mug on the front with a sign, and the font is kind of almost runic looking. And it is not very busy. You see some cars and a motorcycle parked out front, but it's like by no means like a booming, hectic bar. And we're going to begin this scene.
That felt like the most Salt Lake City sentence I've ever heard. You're in California, so there are bars everywhere.
Funny enough, Salt Lake actually has a healthy amount of bars downtown.
Oh, I'm
It's
sure.
some pretty good ones.
Perspective, it was a funny thing to say.
It is pretty funny.
I'm in California. Can confirm there are bars everywhere. Just everywhere you look.
Tori tells me about them all the time and makes me jealous. So
Everywhere.
That's how I know. Excellent. So, now you three are all arriving together then, is that correct?
I think so. Not together,
Correct.
but at the same time.
At the same time. Great. Yeah, so, you guys come pulling up. How do you guys get around? Like, do you have a car, Andrew? Noel?
No, I Uber.
You Uber? Okay, very good.
California.
Will, I believe you Uber as well, right? Didn't we establish you don't have a car?
Will just speaks to the void, and cars show up, and they take a place.
Nice.
Okay.
He doesn't
I'll
know
do
it's
that.
Uber, but
Correction.
that's what it is.
That's great. Yeah, so you guys all show up in the parking lot. It's like a dirt parking lot. It's not paved. You guys pull up, and as you guys all make eye contact with each other and see that each other has arrived, a very rundown, loud-engined brown Volkswagen comes pulling up, and the window rolls down, and you guys see a familiar face of Francis from the car. He rolls down the window and waves. Well, hey there, neighbors. Thanks for the
What?
invite.
What?
We didn't invite you, Francis. What are you talking about?
I'll take care of it. You guys go in. I'll take care of this.
You tell him to get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Don't need him.
Do you guys want me to kill him right now? Or
Okay, well, no, actually, hold on.
yeah.
wait.
I thought we were friendly here now.
Well, it's like an amiable sort of peacetime kind of friendship, not like come and go to a bar with us kind of friendship.
Hey, yeah.
there's literally no friendship. Friendship is not involved in this at all.
A van comes pulling up right next to you guys as well, and some guy comes hopping out of the car. He's dressed in like a full fantasy bard suit. He's got sleeves of D&D tattoos up his arm. He's got a bunch of piercings, black hair. Holy shit, no way. And he's gonna come running up, and he's gonna grab your handle and give you a excited shake, not anything creepy.
Shaking my hand.
Yeah,
to
shaking your
clarify.
hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil, you and I thought the same thing. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, a handshake. Good clarification. Noel, I'm just such a big fan. I can't believe I get to meet you here.
Okay,
And you're,
I'm gonna need you to take it down 5 notches.
oh, right. Yeah, no. I can do that.
Do I know his name, Chase?
Pardon my dog who just got very riled up.
That's
what do you want to
guys
name him?
pardon my dog all the time.
Yeah, no, this is your friend.
What do I want to name him? I want to name him Victor.
Victor, fantastic. Yeah.
What's the name of his band?
The name
Can
of
you tell
his
me that?
band is let's come up with a band name.
Oh, let's
together,
come up with
what's
bardcore
a good
band.
bardcore band name?
Bone.
What'd you say, Nathan?
Bard to the bone.
Bard to the bone. Okay.
That's
it
pretty
can be
great.
that. Victor of Bard to the Bone. Okay, got it.
All right, Victor of Bard to the Bone. Yeah, he kind of starts playing it a little bit more cool. So, did you hear about my band here, and that's why we're here?
Sort of, not exactly, but
I wrote a song for you. It's no big deal, but I'm really excited for you to hear it.
Ooh.
We wrote a song for you. I mean, we do it together, but
is he with the rest of his band?
yeah, they're more timidly getting out of the van. They're starting to carry gear inside.
Okay,
They're not near as excited as he is.
Yeah, okay, I was wondering if all of them were fans or if just he was the fan here.
The 4
Yeah, no.
tambourine players all come out together.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So is there a special band entrance or something, or you guys just go in the front door, or what?
I mean, yeah, we just go in the front door. It's
Also, this is Andrew. He's
Ooh.
I don't know. He's my associate.
oh, cool. You gonna be on Last One Standing too?
No, I'm not going to be on a competition show on television.
Oh, All right, I mean, that's still pretty cool. Nice to meet you, man. You like your boyfriend?
Yes. I put my arm around her.
Oh my!
Oh.
I want to elbow Andrew in the stomach.
Yeah.
That's not the situation here. It's also not the situation with us. And she like points to Victor.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that anyways. Francis comes walking up and like just inserts himself in your group. I'm Francis, friend of these folk as well. Nice to meet you. Looks like
Francis?
a pretty good band.
Francis, what are you the god of again?
The god of?
This is like a bet. Don't worry about it.
No, Noelle grabs Victor's arm and just like hauls it like, okay, we're going now. And she just starts walking away.
I just
into
wanted
whatever.
to say, Francis, boundaries, please. Move back.
All right, maybe you don't gotta ask me twice. I'm just flattered for the invite.
I mean,
It
look,
kind
I
of
very
seems like we've
specifically
asked
did
him
have to
several
ask you
times.
twice.
Yeah.
It was many, many times. So please, just like a few steps back, we'll be all right.
All right, how about I go? I'll buy you a drink.
All right, I like it actually. We're friends again. Let's go.
All right, and they'll go walking inside. So yeah, you guys get inside of this bar, and there is some metal music playing. It's not like super heavy. They've got it rolling pretty low. There is only a couple patrons sitting in here currently. There's like a few folks scattered here and there. And one of those patrons sitting at the bar, Drac, why don't we go ahead and have you explain your character for us? Describe them.
Yeah. I think this character immediately stands out. They are in right now a leather kind of motorcycle suit, leather pants, boots to match, and on their head is a motorcycle helmet. Just as they're sat in the tavern, just sat there with a motorcycle helmet. Doesn't seem like they have any intention of taking it off at any given point. They're not even, I don't think they're even drinking, honestly. I think they just kind of leaned back almost as if they're comfortable and this is just as much their space as the owner of this tavern is. And they kind of leaned back. Probably they had their legs crossed and their feet on the table, I think. And just rocking back and forth on the back legs of their chair.
Excellent.
They're
Do you
about-
make eye contact with any of these folk through your helmet?
How could we tell?
Yeah. how
Well,
can
yeah.
you
Is
tell?
it a visored helmet or is it an open
Yeah, it's
helmet?
visored.
Okay,
it's
okay.
visored with a tinted visor, so you would not be able to tell. But I think I would have I think everyone has walked through. I've clocked their faces, and
Excellent.
did a very quick once over of them before going back to whatever you think I'm doing. I probably look like I'm humming or listening to music or something.
Fantastic. Yeah, as you clock people, visors aren't powerful enough to stop the divine. You do get a quick read on everybody, as they also get the read on you, as you are all deities. But you guys do all recognize each other as gods or goddesses as you walk in and see this character sitting down. And aside from this character, everybody else in the bar looks rather short. There is a red-haired woman that has a nice chin beard of red going down her face as well. And a couple of other smaller folk that you guys can imagine from your tip-off. These are probably dwarves. And then you also see somebody who is tending to the bar, who is currently chatting with Drac's character. And Drac, did you want to talk about your character's name as well?
Yes. So, right now, the name is Tiara, is how I'll put it.
I love
Hide it.
Yeah, the name is Tiara, and I guess for reference of everyone's size, because I guess that is kind of an important point. Right now they are about 5'8", 5'9", around that area, and yeah, just kind of leaned back. They could have just stood up and walked over to the bar to just talk with a dwarf. They're still sat at a seat and yelling a conversation across the bar.
I love it. Very good. And yeah, so the person who's tending the bar looks like this, actively smoking as well. And as Victor comes in, he acknowledges him and shouts, "Hey, Victor, Normal setup tonight, not expecting a bigger crowd. You'll still get your pay, though, don't worry. Boys will appreciate it. Victor smiles and nods. I actually brought my own crowd in tonight as well. Got a little celebrity for your tavern here. Can I introduce you to Noelle? What's your last name again, Noelle?
Audubon.
Oh, well.
Noelle Audubon. She's on last one standing, man. It's pretty exciting, right? Gaz will kind of look you up and down and nod. Welcome to the tavern. What brings you here?
Gaz? Is that what you said his name was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just here to watch the show.
Yeah, just here to watch a
And
hardcore band, a celebrity.
Well, I've heard this place is pretty good. And I
It
like
is.
things that don't suck. So,
Who'd you hear about it from?
friend.
Yeah, it takes a long drag on the cigarette and puffs it out.
Does he seem to be sort of like he knows more than I guess, is he intimating that he knows more about me? Like he might know I'm a
little bit,
god.
yeah.
Okay.
And who's your friends here?
She'll nod over to Andrew. That's Andrew.
Hello. Hello, my name's Andrew. How are you?
Hey, Gaz, I'm gonna go set up, but yeah, we'll get playing soon.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, have fun, kid. Oh, nice to meet y'all. What can I get you started with?
Well, like we can just get like a round of, like, I don't know, ale. Is this like an ale sort of place or a mead sort of place? I don't know. Whatever it's like on tap, we'll get it for everybody.
If you picture it in a tankard, we got it here.
Do you have any food?
We do.
Only in a tankard. Make it a
We
tankard
do.
of chips.
We do have a tankard cake that's pretty damn good, jokes aside.
All right, that sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, can I get 2 of those?
The tankard cake, starting right off with dessert?
I want that as well as the drinks.
All right. Your wish is
Alright.
my command. He'll snap his fingers and whistle, and some people bustle in a kitchen back behind. You can see him start making stuff.
I have a question to the group, not to you, Chase. But also
Okay.
please jump in if you'd like. Do we have an idea right now of how is there any reason we wouldn't go up to the guy and be like, I heard you're a dwarf who makes weapons, can I have some weapons? This is like a chill thing. Like, how much are we dancing around the issue and trying to be like, oh yeah, or are we just like, oh hey, yeah, someone told me you
Here,
make me some-
okay, here
some
was
big
my
guns.
thinking as Tori. Well, I guess as Noelle too. One, I wasn't going to bring it up in front of Victor, so I was waiting for him to
Sure.
go do his thing. And then also, I kind of feel like it's not like the best way to convince people to help you if you just like roll in and are like, hey, I need a thing from you. Versus
I mean,
like,
that is
hey, let's
true.
spend money. We'll
But
kind
also,
of like be
well, yeah, but
friendly
also-
and then
Also, like if I went to an Apple store and I wanted to buy an iPhone, I don't like turn up and I'm like, well, how's the weather today? Anybody interested in talking to people who are far
yeah,
away?
but this
maybe?
is a
Like,
this
I'd
is
just
a
be like, "Can I have
tavern,
a phone?"
not a dwarven craft store. They just are
Maybe it is
dwarves.
so. I don't know. Maybe it's a dwarven craft store. Maybe we go.
Could
all
be
the
a
way-
front.
Okay,
Why,
well,
this is-
either way, there's
what's the
another
stuff?
god here that we didn't plan on. So I think when Gaz goes off to start making stuff, Noelle's gonna give Andrew the eyes, and Will, if he's not too distracted with Francis.
This is what Will's gonna do. Let me interject here. I'm gonna actually invoke one of my curses,
Okay.
which is
Right off
which
the
is
bat,
utter-
okay.
yeah, utterly alone. So
So
Will
sad.
comes in here. Will comes in here and notices that like they're plugging in these like analog guitars. Or, everything's like getting
Lutes, electric lutes.
and he's like getting a little like everyone's putting their phones away for the social. They're not like social, not anyway. So he's getting a little dizzy. Like, wait a minute, where's my place in this world? Why isn't everything connected in here? So he's getting a little dizzy. So he's gonna actually his angle is he's gonna go with Francis, and knowing there's some tension there, he'll usher Francis away and try to search for his guild, like the guild angle with him.
Okay. I love that. Yeah, production, go ahead and add a Pantheon dice for the Curse Invocation.
Also,
And
just so
then-
you guys are aware, we have so many dice of both varieties. So just feel free,
Use
just
them all.
take them.
Yep, and Drac, you were free to take those dice as well. The Pantheon
take my
dice
dice.
work just like the game rules state. And then the Curse dice are basically, you can use them as rerolls. If you do succeed with the rerolled Curse dice, though, I'm going to give a little bit of a downside to the success as well.
Oh, interesting.
So
Okay.
those are on the table as well. And then, Will, I'm actually going to spend my 5 worshippers here. As you get those feelings and you start feeling a little bit down in some negative emotions, those negative emotions swell a little higher and you start to almost have vivid flashbacks of your encounter with Horatio. You feel a taste of that powerlessness as your spark got taken away momentarily. And you almost feel like some of your power wanes away with it. For this session, I'm going to let you choose 2 of your manifestation skills, and they're going to be blocked for the rest of the session.
Okay, I will choose those.
Excellent.
Wow.
Rude. Oh, but also just choose 2 that you don't have any points in. You'll be fine.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't got points in ruin, so yeah, I'm
No.
done with that.
Noelle's
you
gonna
go.
send a text to the group chat that she has with Will and Andrew, because she knows that Will will see it that way, and probably Andrew, but she's gonna just type something like, new god, question mark, question mark, question mark. Let's
And
go meet
As
them.
you're typing that, Francis goes and sits down right next to this character. Well, howdy there. So, what are you the god of?
Oh, we're just getting right into it. And he'll like kick up and like sit properly in their chair, rest their helmeted heads on a hand and go, "Hi, name's Jack. I'm the god of frost." And I'll put a hand out to shake their hand.
Well, no freaking way. Are you what they named Jack Frost after? Oh, that can't be. I
I'm
mean,
not here to
Spark would've
brag.
been wrong, right? I guess I don't know when Jack Frost came around.
The thing is, Jack isn't really a name, it's more of a title. It's a thing you can pass down. It's a state of mind, really. And I was lucky enough to earn that title and state of mind.
Holy crap. Andrew, you hear this over here?
Yeah, I'm squeezing into the booth as well. I've decided we're in a booth now, so I can squeeze in. It's funny.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, all right, hello, Jack, was it? All right, my name is Andrew. This here is Noel.
Oh, hi, Noel.
Hi.
There's another one of us floating around somewhere. Are you here, Will? Where?
He's there. He's kind of just walking in circles, scratching his head, but he waves.
Guess you mean him?
Yeah,
Andrew,
you can
I
help.
got a bit of a secret to tell you while Will's walking around.
Ooh, all right. Do you want to whisper it into my ear?
I mean, I feel a little bit bad. I don't think this is the Crafton Guild that he thought that I was going to be able to help with.
What do you mean?
I'm not super familiar with this establishment.
Wasn't
Wrong
that
kinda-
your entire threat to us that you'd get the whole Crafters Guild mad at us?
Yeah, but that's not like they aren't dwarves, Andrew. They're a different Crafters Guild. Like we.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you delineate your Crafters Guilds by race? Is that the kind of attitude?
No, I
we'll
mean,
have
like
to
you,
each other?
no offense to our Crafters Guild, but I mean, we do like knitting and like woodworking. These guys are, I mean, dwarves are legendary.
Are
Well,
you
that's fine.
Honored
are
to
you
have one from
saying
our
that
guild.
you're useless, Francis? Because if so, that's not new information.
No, you'd be surprised how much I can do with fences. All right, Noel. I mean, I almost killed you 3.
Oh,
Listen,
we almost died.
he holds
Oh,
up his
no.
hands to Jack. I mean, I'm not normally a violent person. We just had a little tiff. Don't get the wrong
Uh-huh.
impression of me.
Can I want to sit down and shove Francis farther into the booth. Like I'm sliding in front of Tiala to no, stop listening to this guy. That is definitely not what happened. And if anyone was shaking in their boots, scared like a little child, it was him over there. And she points at Francis.
I was just trying to make him not feel bad.
All right.
But
sorry.
we're friends now, so it's no big
Yeah.
deal.
Thank you. Look, Jack, what
Yeah?
are you? Do you mind if I ask what you're doing here? Is this just somewhere you like to hang out anyway?
Yeah, honestly, I'm a good friend of Goz, and Goz is a good friend of mine. So I'm just
Are you friends with Goz, with the dwarf?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. We actually that's sort of the end goal of our being here as well. We'd like to be better friends with Goz.
Oh, I mean, and again, they'll lean forward. They like Belgian chocolates, long walks on the beach.
I should take this down. Belgian chocolate.
Huge anime fan.
Ooh. Anything specific? Are they like a shonen fan? Are they get into like the more adult stuff?
You're
Like,
actually
should I
surprised. They're really big fans of like rom-coms, very specifically. Like they're not really into like the
So,
One
like,
Piece or My
Were they
Hero.
big into like Waterkoi or something like that?
Honestly, yes, they have been talking about that quite a lot recently. Or
Okay,
Toradora is a good one as well.
Oh,
That they were big fans of. Yeah.
Can I try
Okay.
to like sense if this is just complete bullshit or not?
Yeah, let's have you guys roll a couple of rolls against each other, and I'm gonna pull out my handy dandy cheat sheet here. So, Drac, in case you have not rolled dice in this game before, you always pick 2 skills to roll together. So, I mean, I think deception would be one of them for you, and then I'll let you pick the second skill, and then intuition would be one for you, Noel, and I'll let you pick the other one.
Okay.
Can I join in as well? Because I do have an intuition of 4.
Yeah.
Oh
for
yeah,
Sure.
if you want to help. I wasn't sure if Andrew being like a good conversationalist was him believing this or was just being like warm.
I'm just
Andrew,
friendly, but I'm
so-
happy to try and put this.
Yeah,
I
no.
could-
You
Because
do
if I-
intuition and I'll help you.
Well, I was also thinking if you allow me some intuition perception, I think is a very fair pair. Because I've got 8 dice across those.
I like it.
I might give that a roll.
Okay,
And-
then what I'll do is I will use a Pantheon dice to add an additional skill, right? I want to
Yeah.
add influence because I've been in the circles of schmoozing and people talking each other up and just like putting on faces. So
I like it.
Can I also use a Pantheon dice?
You sure can.
So so I know what I'm actually doing, because I don't know what Pantheon dice do properly. I get to add an extra skill to it. Is
Oh
what
yeah, you can
Pantheon
add an
dice
extra
does?
dice with it.
An
Or
extra
yeah,
dice. Okay.
yeah. You know what? I'll add. So you can spend a Pantheon dice, and I'll roll one of Gaz's skills with you.
Okay. Yeah.
we rolled.
So
Do we roll d10s? What do we roll again?
D10s.
Yeah, D10s.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll roll a D10 for you from Gaz with stealth, because Gaz is a little bit closed up about himself.
I only got 1 success on my 8 dice.
Woof. I didn't add any
Yikes.
to yours either. So sorry about that.
Tori, you actually crit failed.
Oh, well, I thought it was just a pool. Like,
Oh, that's
'cause
true.
it's
You
all...
are combining.
Yeah.
You're right.
How do you?
So if you click on the total of your roll, or is Drac?
I'm
You're
in
in
here.
here.
Wait, let me
Okay,
roll it.
So if you click on the
There we
total
go.
after you roll, then it'll show the individual dice.
Okay, there you go.
Yep. So you got 3
Three.
successes.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so I mean, this person, hard to read, seems trustworthy.
Great.
Well, they fully have a cyclist help,
Yeah,
like
that
motorcycle
helps
helmet
too,
on, so
right?
you can't read their face expressions, but at least the intonation seems genuine. I've actually decided he actually got me into watching Toradora, and honestly, I quite enjoy it as well. I see the appeal of it. Before then, I wasn't really much of an anime fan in general, because some of the ones I watched were. The first one I watched was Food Wars, so it was a bit-
very weird. Because it's like, it's all about food, but then suddenly everybody's naked for no reason.
Yeah,
And
it's
you're like,
really
These
it's,
are
it's really
children
weird.
cooking food. Why are they? What is happening?
Yeah,
very
yeah.
strange.
So it was really strange, really strange. That was my first
Sorry,
experience. So when I
If
saw
you're
that,
at
I was
home
like,
and you're watching this and you think you'd like to see tabletop role playing, it's not going to be that. It's going to be me and Drac talking as our characters about various anime. Because I really got into Horimiya as in romance anime for a while, which I quite liked. It was very good. I thought the character dynamics were quite nice.
I have
What
to
does
play
Roz
this
think
because
about that one?
I love Horimiya so
Let's just
goddamn much.
Let's talk the character voices. Horimiya is great. I really
Horimiya
liked
is so
it.
good.
It's
It's
very
probably
nice.
my favorite romance because I feel like it drops every single like trope and like we don't have to worry about the will they won't they's for like 10 episodes. It happens in
which is
2 episodes
great.
and we learn about them just being in a relationship and it's just great. It's just great.
That's why
Imagine
it's
all
nice,
it-
because it
Yeah.
isn't a constant stakes of we're about to break up. It's like, no, they're together. Let's invest. Wonderful.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. Imagine
I've just started
imagine-
reading Tokyo Revengers as well, which is I don't know.
It's
if you've
so
seen-
good. I haven't
Yeah,
read it, but
right?
I've been watching the anime. I watched the
Oh, yeah.
season 2 of the anime. It's really good.
have
I need
to
to start
ask.
reading it.
Does the anime, especially if there's like an English dub, do they deal at all with the fact that there's just swastikas everywhere because they're using it as an actual manji? Because in Japanese it's the Tokyo
I don't
Manji
think-
Revengers, and every
Oh,
symbol has the
That
has the
makes so much
traditional
sense now.
Buddhist
Yeah, because
symbol.
one of the
Can Will,
episodes.
can Will take a condition of confused? Is that all right?
Yeah, I'll
Alright,
say this in
okay.
character.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Tokyo Revengers is great, but I've noticed weirdly enough that they actually blurred the armbands on
that'd
them,
be
and
it,
I
yeah,
thought that
they're
was
all-
really
they're all-
strange as someone who
they're all
didn't
Buddhist,
watch. Yeah,
Manji, but they look like swastikas. All right, sorry everybody, I'm back.
yes, I'm back to.
Andrew, we didn't come here to talk about kids shows.
No, we didn't.
Oh.
We came here to talk about Japanese anime. It's really for everybody.
That is also not why we
Music
came
picks
here.
up in the tavern as Victor starts playing and starts singing. It gets pretty loud. He gives a wink to Noel. They're pretty good. It's like a pretty solid bardcore band. If bardcore is your thing.
I sing
I hope you
toss a
don't mind
coin
me-
to your birder.
Oh my god. Who don't me asking? And I looked to Noel. They mentioned you were like a celebrity.
I mean, I've been on Last One Standing, so like, I guess if you watch that show, then
No.
that's fine. I couldn't care less. I just have some people who liked watching me on that show, and so I guess that kind of makes me kind of a celebrity according to some people. Like, and she'll nod over at Victor, who's crushing it on stage.
He
hopefully,
beams when you look at him.
Well, look, Jack, do you think you could give us an introduction, maybe? If we wanted to go and talk to Gaz.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you were just talk to him. I assumed.
Yeah, but you know, it's like it's better if we come in the context of friends rather than random people off the street.
Well, to be fair, you are random people off the street to me as well.
Ah, but now we're friends.
yeah. Didn't you guys just like bond for like
We had like a whole bonding
20
session
full
about
minutes
the
about
things that we
those
like.
shows?
Okay, fair. Yes, I'll introduce you as fellow anime enthusiasts.
All right, let's go.
Do I have to be in that
And-
category also?
You do. It's for
Almost
the good
on
of everybody.
cue, Gaz comes bringing some tankards, followed by a shorter bald gentleman with a full black beard, and they set some plates and mugs out on the table. Jack, they've got your usual for you.
Hey, guys. These are some friends of mine. Actually, they wanted to talk to you about some
Hello.
business they wanted to get done, and obviously, you're the best when it comes to. And I just kind of look over as I realize I don't think they told me what exactly they're asking Gaz for. So I just go, "That's what you do." Hey guys.
So they're friends of yours. Are they like special friends, if you know what I mean?
Yes.
Of the same type, but not of the same family.
All right, I figured as much. So not a pantheon, but your gods.
Well, actually, we're everybody other than Jack here is our own pantheon.
No, not this guy either.
Well,
She's
actually, no.
not a
Okay,
Francis.
other than the fence guy and the frost one, the three of us are like a pantheon, and we wondered if we could talk to you about a business
Well-
arrangement we could come to.
A business arrangement. I knew there was a reason you were here that was not Victor. No
Well,
offense to the boy, he's talented, but he doesn't
he's good.
especially draw a crowd. I like him. Reminds me of home. Your friend okay over there? He points at Will.
I'll go get him.
How's Will do? How's
Yeah,
Will do?
no, I'll look it up and go fetch him. She's in between bites. She's already downed one cake, by the way. As soon as
At
they
this-
set
at
down the
this
food,
point-
she just dove in.
Will is examining cabling and just like
Will.
Like, just really not understanding. He's like trying to shake it. Why isn't it coming out?
Will, no, just
Put it
leave
to his
the
ear.
wires.
Oh,
Leave
well,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be there. Just why don't you come over here? We found the person we're supposed to talk to.
I'll take a seat in the booth here. We can talk business. We can
before
talk it right here.
Sorry, Chase. I do want to do one little thing before Noelle gets back over to the table with Will. Will, I don't normally like doing things for other people, but I was wondering if you could I don't know, do the weird thing you do where you send out a message to a bunch of people and tell people how cool this stupid band is. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
You dating Victor?
No.
Yes, she is.
I elbow Andrew again.
Can't get me. I'm on the other side of the booth now.
He's a nice
I'll kick
boy.
you under the table.
He's not going to be aware of anything we talk about. He's actually charmed right now. That stage has got some specialty crafted properties.
Really?
Keep the mortals that play here in line.
So we can talk freely then?
You can talk freely, you can talk loudly. Boy, you'll be oblivious.
Well, look, I'm sure that you're aware of what's been going on in the world of the gods. Maybe you're not. I'm assuming you are. But people are scared. And
I've heard
to
a
be
bit.
honest, we're scared. There's something out there that's... I mean, gods are dying. It's not good. And I don't want it to go back to the way it was thousands of years ago. And I'm sure you don't either. But we were wondering, I don't know if there's any other way to say it. We were looking for a weapon. We have to kill a god.
He takes a big, long draw off of his cigarette and puffs it to the side, and then he holds it up and looks at it. Do you know these damn things were made by mortals?
Yeah.
Just a worldwide phenomenon. People love them. Even though they kill you, they love them. Hell, I love the damn things. Mortals are dying too. Dwarves are dying. These things make people die. Lots of things make people die. So what kind of business should it be of mine to get wrapped up in the business of gods? No offense, I guess, Jack?
None taken.
Well, I mean, look, I suppose it's our job to make it your business now. I don't know what it would take to get you involved. Maybe you don't care if all the gods die. Maybe you don't care if the god of atheism turns goblins into a militarized force and uses them to kill all of the dwarves in the mortal plane. I don't know if that's his plan, but it probably is. I'm just saying, there's someone out there who's killing wantonly and aggressively, and we need to stop him. And if you don't care, that's fine. I can give you money or something. I don't know. Look, Jack cares. Look.
Jack's like, I have a question. Just a question.
Oh,
just a little question.
Yeah, all right.
People are murdering mortals constantly.
Yeah, but they're mortals.
I think he kind
No,
of pauses.
No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was a joke. I love mortals. It's incredibly sad. And I know. Look, if I could stop everybody killing mortals, I would as well. I'm not oh, we're more special. It's just that I'm me, So I'd like to protect myself as well as all of my friends.
Besides, it's not like we're asking you to put yourself in bodily danger. We just want a thing. It seems like a pretty minor contribution.
And look, I will say, it is different. Mortals die. That is true. So do gods. 100 years, and we will return to being mortal, and we will die. But our power does not. The power continues. It's continued for thousands of years, and it will continue for thousands more, unless somebody eats it, combines it with their own, and gets rid of it all. I'm not talking about the death of of Andrew. I'm not talking about the death of Will. I'm not talking about the death of Noel. I'm not talking about the death of Jack. I'm talking about the death of power, of our shards of godhood. That's what's being killed, and that's not natural, and that's not right.
Yeah,
Right, that's
I'm
fine.
aware. I know how it all works. I was alive during the last God War, believe it or not.
I hold on, wait. That is hard to believe. How old are you?
Quite.
That's very.
That is
Well-
really rude to ask, Andrew. Come on.
It is
is that?
quite rude to ask, Andrew.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to be rude.
I'm just yanking your chain. I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
I was joking.
You've sold
All
me. I get your plea. I understand what you're coming at. I had to make sure you weren't one of those like evil warlords. Let me kill a bunch of other gods. I don't like getting involved in political battles. I'm not going to do that again. I see your cause. It's noble. But I liked what you were saying with the money, because I do
Damn,
mean
I
what
shouldn't
I
have
say
mentioned
to an
money.
extent. And it's not so much money. I don't care about money. I have plenty of money. I have a treasure hoard that could rival a damn dragon. But what I seek, materials. I don't know what kind of weapon or what kind of item you're needing. You sure it's a weapon? People always get really caught up on weapons. We
Well,
can
that's
talk
true.
details later.
Well-
I need something from you before I'm going to do business for you. Favor for a favor. That's how I work.
I think that's all right. What do you need?
All right. Well, you mentioned you weren't going to put me in harm's way. I am going to put you in harm's way. Hope you don't take that too personal.
What do we
I
have to
think that's all
kill?
Well, I've heard word there's a minotaur around town. I'm a little bit low on minotaur horns.
Noelle gets a huge smile on her face. A
She
minotaur.
seems excited.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well-
seem too scared, does she?
We have our own personal history with the Minotaur, actually. We may be. This may
Do you
not be
think
too
it's
much
the
of a
same
job.
one, Andrew? I hope it's the
Labyrinth
same
related,
one.
or
How many Minotaurs do we usually see? They're quite rare, I would think. So it's probably the same one.
She looks
They're
at
quite
Jack.
rare.
I haven't tasted minotaur yet, but I plan to.
All right, you gotta leave some horn if you're gonna eat the minotaur. You a puck eater?
That's rude to ask.
As she's like finishing off the last bite of the second cake that they brought. Maybe.
All
I
right,
don't
well,
really ascribe to specific titles like that, but I eat things and I think that's generally pretty useful.
Yeah, you're a puck eater. Anyways, well,
yeah, I was getting
this
that
works
from-
out.
kind of vibe from them as well.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, me too.
It's not so.
Well, I was gonna ask my good pal here to go take care of the minotaur horn for me, but then I decided not to because I got a little bit concerned for their safety. But I mean, if you got a whole pantheon backing you up, Jack, you feel okay about going and trying to grab it?
Yeah, the more meat shows, the better. I mean, comrades, the better. I'm joking. I'm pulling a leg, and I promise I won't purposely let all of you get killed.
It's funny.
I
Yeah.
suppose so.
All right, well, here's the thing. I've got a special tool you got to use to harvest it. I don't know exactly where the minotaur is, but I know that it always goes and disappears at that dumbass frisbee golfing course or whatever just up the town. I don't know why mortals are so damned entertained by throwing plastic around. I don't know what a minotaur's got business doing there for, but we tracked it. It always disappears around there somewhere.
Frisbee
Called
golf
the
has the
ranch.
same. Frisbee golf has the same nobility as all sports. It's about a struggle between two sides. It's war, but turned down into a game. It allows people to flourish. Don't you understand anything about what
Okay,
it means to
Andrew.
be a human being?
Calm
You ever
down.
been to like a god coliseum? Gladiator games?
Oh,
Yeah,
that
all
sounds
mortal
rough.
sports are fucking stupid.
Except for all of them, I would agree. But they're all actually very, very cool.
It doesn't sound like what I said at all, but okay.
Well, where's the thing that we need to do the thing?
Well, yeah. Do you have the tool to
I'll
cut
give
the
it to
horns off the-
Jack. I don't know if I trust y'all handling it.
All right.
You
fair.
just need the horns.
Just one. Don't ever harvest both.
Why not?
It's got some weird side effects. You won't like it.
Can I eat one and harvest the other?
Don't eat the horn.
Why not?
You ever had
Good for
steak
your-
for one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't understand.
Don't
I say
harvest one
try
horn.
eat the horn. I'm personally all for trying to eat. I've never seen someone eat a minotaur horn.
I think you should try and eat the horn. I think that would
Yeah,
actually
I
be
think you
very
should
cool.
try and eat.
You should
Yeah.
try
You
and
know
eat
what?
the horn.
Live and learn. You do you. I just need one. I only want one.
All
All right.
right. When do we leave? I look at Jack.
Are you ready to leave now?
I
I
think
guess
so.
I should probably listen until he plays that stupid song that he said he wrote for me. Because
Victor plays a 3-hour set.
Okay. Does he take requests?
Nope.
Oh my.
Not for me,
gosh.
anyways.
Well, he'd probably take requests from me. Let's see if I can.
Wait, here, Francis, can you stay and just video record the show, and then I'll give you Noel's number, and you can text it right to him.
I mean, I was gonna.
No,
I was
don't
gonna,
give him my number.
Yeah, I've already got her number. All right.
What?
Listen, I did some backgrounding on all of you. I knew where you lived. I got in your house.
Yeah,
How
I'm
would I
gonna be
not
real
have
honest.
your
The
phone
more you
number?
keep talking, Power, the weirder you sound.
All right? Like, he doesn't do himself any favors, does he?
Hey, we were in a turf war. All right, it happens.
It was not a turf war. It's just an angry man.
What, Francis? Just film the show. We can go. Come
Yeah,
on.
I was gonna say I think Minotaurs is where I cut the line. No offense. I don't know how useful offense is going to be against a Minotaur. I wish you all quick and painful deaths.
Okay, well, Noelle cannot, she cannot rightly leave before Victor plays his stupid song. So she will, after he finishes whatever song he's on right now, she's going to walk up to the stage. He can like see them, even though he's charmed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like just in an ignorant stupor.
Yeah. Okay. So she's going to like get his attention, basically.
Oh yeah, you've got his attention.
Probably
as soon
like
as
during
you
like a
stand up.
water break, like while they're like grabbing water and like there's kind of a lull, and she'll
You like what you see?
Don't stay with this guy's song.
Hear and see.
it doesn't suck. The sound of it.
Yes. Sorry.
Listen, I
No,
have to
I'm
go
fine.
because I've got other, like
Oh,
celebrity
you're
things
leaving
to do.
already?
Well, I have to go, but I know you had your song or whatever, so
Do you start filming tonight?
I can't talk about what I may or may not be doing for the show.
You're filming tonight. Oh man, I get the inside scoop.
Okay, listen, Victor,
that's
focus. I have to go, and you have to play your song next.
Which means, Chase, you need to grab that
Right now.
guitar behind you, play the song.
And play a
Play some
song
really
for me.
terrible
Great.
bardcore.
Anyway,
Some
here's
bad
Wonderwall.
Yes.
Well, like,
Oh,
did he say he
man.
wrote this? I'm pretty sure this was the
I'm
thing, but
sure
he
this
didn't
is
write this.
not- yeah.
Oh, man.
Is Victor comprehending what I want him to do here?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he does.
All right.
Yeah, we'll wrap up right now. We'll go play it. We'll make sure you got time to hear it.
Cool.
Now all I
She'll
have in my
walk
head is
away.
him going, Noel is gonna be the day that they throw it all back to you. Noel, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do.
There you go. something, birds will fly free.
Yeah, that's it.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Noelle draws the line at offending her fans. She won't do that.
That's good.
She's nice to them at least. All right. As soon as as that horrible song is over. Well, actually, how horrible
Hey.
is it? I know they were like pretty good sounding, but is this like a really cringy song?
Yeah, it's good
Okay.
sounding, but it's pretty cringy. And
Okay.
you can tell he's nervous and he chokes a bit and like
Aw.
everything just kind of goes a little downhill. But he gets really passionate into it at the end, and it's all right.
Okay. Well, does he seem flustered or like he felt like it went okay? Is he like embarrassed
As
or how's
he
he?
wails his last high note to the song, he looks pretty confident. He gives a little
Okay.
hair flip. And,
Cool. Okay. I don't need to boost his confidence anymore then. I will just I'll give him a stoic nod and then I'll turn and walk out the door with the others.
Fantastic. Excellent. All right. As you guys turn and walk out the door, everybody can go ahead and spend a free time for that scene that just occurred.
Don't you say it like it's a good thing.
We
Oh,
love
just
spending
go
free
ahead.
time.
How many of you guys stayed for the song, or did any of you walk
I
outside?
would have had out of
I think we had to. You're the one who's
yeah, we
gonna
had to
eat the horn.
stay.
Okay.
Yeah, we wanted to
Francis
eat
is
the horn.
recording
Okay.
it.
Eat the
so-
horn. Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, no. Then when she gets outside with you guys, she looks at Andrew specifically. She says, "We never talk about this ever."
Oh, we're going to talk about this.
I got it on film.
Okay.
Francis
So do
Francis
I.
filmed the stage, and Will just
He's-
filmed you watching him.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man. Yeah.
As-
So
As
on
we
your way
walk
out,
I go over to a parked motorbike, kind of hop onto it, and kind of rev it on, and kind of ride up beside of you and just go. So, how are you gonna get there? Do you have a ride?
Well, can you do the thing?
Yeah, we'll get a car.
Will
Okay.
is struggling with his powers tonight. He's there's no one available tonight
What?
to drive me out.
That literally never happens. She'll pull out her phone and start hailing an Uber herself.
Oh yeah.
Francis
I'll-
comes walking
I-
out. I
it
got
looks
bored.
like
You need a
you're-
ride?
No.
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 No, go home,
We're good.
Francis.
I would like to invoke my curse, Chase.
Mhm.
I've got. Oh, actually, I could do it twice. I don't know. I have because I have a curse of my adoring fans. So whenever my fame gets in the way of something, which I think that delayed my exit, so I would like to get
Yep.
a Pantheon dice for that, and then I have holes in my pockets. So I get a one Pantheon dice if I spend 1 wealth traveling between scenes, which I will do here.
Ooh, nice. Fancy Uber.
Yeah.
All right.
Jack, does that it looks like you got a 2-seater there.
It's not quite 2-seater, but 2 people can get on it if someone wants to
thank
ride.
you. Yep, I'll get on.
I'll let I'll let them get on, and I was like, I think, yeah, I feel like this is something Jack would have. They would have a
This is-
spare helmet.
This is
I like-
soft,
like-
soft
you got-
leather.
Thank you. I'll hand over the helmet. Better to be safe than sorry.
All right.
I love that Will was the one to get on the motorcycle. Fantastic.
We're going to the disc golf course, right? That's the destination.
You
Okay.
guys got your phones, you could pull out. It's quite nearby. It is the Ranch Disc Golf Course. And it's just up north just a little bit.
I think as I start riding, I'll turn over my shoulder to Will and just say, by the way, I have no idea how to ride this thing. And just speed off.
A little bit of reckless driving.
I think in reality, Jack is very, very professional with a motorbike, but he just wants to freak Will out a bit. And he'll do like very, very, very dangerous feeling like turns
Yeah.
and very sudden slows down and speed ups just to have Will on the edge of their seat for a bit.
He holds on just a little tighter.
Fantastic. Love it. All right. So you guys head off to the disc golf course. It's not a super long drive. Jack and Will probably get there a bit earlier since, you're speeding off on a motorcycle. You guys got to wait for a nice fancy Uber. But you guys arrive eventually. This is a beautiful looking course. They've got kind of like a cowboy ranch theme around the perimeter of it. They have like a big wooden sign over with some like rope decorations and a couple of cowboys on horses around the sign called the ranch. Got a nice wooden fence around the course. The course itself, though, is
A fence.
rolling hills, well kept. There is a fence around it.
If only Francis were here.
Yeah.
How will we ever get past the fence?
And there's a lot of people there playing. Bunch of younger
Um,
folk, some middle-aged folk.
I think you're starting to pick up what kind of person Jack is. But as Andrew and Noel begin to approach, when they're not quite arrived yet, like we see them in the distance, I want to just kind of turn to Will and just say, "Hey, you seem like a pretty trustworthy guy. I trust you. I like you. So I just want to come clean and be honest with you. My name isn't actually Jack. I just wasn't really sure about your friends over there.
Oh no,
and honestly,
there's a personality.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm still not entirely sure, but I trust you. I just want to let you know my real name. My real name is actually Sophia.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm not actually the god of frost. I'm the god of specifically folk music.
Folk music? Well,
Yeah.
you've just become a friend of mine. Oh, Sophia, pleasure. Yeah, I won't tell anyone.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you for real this time. And I'll put a hand out to shake Will's. And then that's when like Andrew and Noel
I love it.
will
They can-
And now those two characters can have a 10-minute conversation about which of Leonard Cohen's albums is the best.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Yeah, then the rest of you arrive. And here you are at the disc golf course. Frisbees flying, people having a good time, chains rattling.
Okay.
Where
Are the chains rattling? Wait, hold
For
on.
anybody who hasn't
Yeah,
been disc golfing,
disc
they have
golf.
chain baskets you try to throw them into.
have you? Do
Yeah.
you not know what disc golfing is?
I think I was picturing frisbee golf.
That's the same
That
thing.
it's the same thing.
Oh, do they go to the chain basket at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of. No, I was picturing ultimate frisbee.
Oh,
Ah,
yes,
okay.
that is
Yeah,
different.
that's
Bill's like, chains? What kind of
What
course
is happening?
now that you know that they thought about, they're thinking about ultimate frisbee, everything about them just loving the sport and it being like
No,
war,
hey.
specifically about
So-
ultimate frisbee.
Disc golf is also very cool.
That's why I was
It's also
laughing
like
so
war. All
hard when you were
competition
like,
is
"It's
like
like war."
No, all
like-
competitions like war. Golf is like war.
Well, tossing a disc very lightly into a chain basket.
No, that's like war. I'm sticking to it. Andrew knew what he was talking about, even if I didn't.
I'm wondering, Chase, if Gauze described where on the course the Minotaur would like disappear, or if they just only tracked it to the course and they don't really know specifically.
just tracked it to the course.
Okay.
So it's now open investigation in your hands.
Can I smell? I know I don't really have a special sense of smell, but I feel like maybe I don't know. I'm
Sure.
just gonna whiff the air because I do remember what it smells like. Because Noelle really wanted to eat it, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
try and detect it that way. I don't know. It's a start.
Yeah, I don't think you naturally have a heightened sense. Do birds have a heightened smell?
Okay, actually,
Doesn't feel right.
No, they have
I
like
think
most of them
s-
probably have pretty good vision. I don't know about.
yeah,
this.
they have pretty good vision. Yeah, that's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm going to use a manifestation.
I love it.
And give myself, yeah, I'm gonna try to give myself like the aspect of a bird, basically. Gosh, I'm so rusty. That would be, oh, and I don't have your handy cheat sheet pulled up, Chase. I apologize.
Oh no,
While you
you're
pull
good.
that up, can I just tell you about the most useless thing I've ever seen in my life? I
Yes,
googled
please
where the
do.
birds have a good sense of smell, and it's given me like a little summary on the side of some fun facts, but just about bird, not about any particular type of bird, just bird in general. So it's like lifespan 1 to 100 years, height 2 inches to 106 inches. Like it's just bird. It's really not helpful.
Bird is very vague, I guess.
Bird could be this big, could be this big. It's a bird. I don't know. Emu bird, emu big.
Okay, yes, vision. It is minion. It's minion and empathy. It's to bestow an aspect or an aspect of my dominion. So I'm
Excellent.
not great at those, but I'll do my best. I'm gonna use some dice.
Yeah, use them all.
Wow, we have 13. We also have a ton of cursed dice, and that always makes me nervous when Chase gets to just sit on those. So I'm gonna use some cursed dice for this one. I'll use 6 cursed dice.
So many. I love it.
Well, I only got to roll 1 for my manifestation. 1, 2, 3 successes. So what I will do is I guess I could maybe do multiple targets and give multiple people bird eyes. That could be cool. Yeah, I'll give myself and no, I'll just put it all on myself and give and magnitude or modifier, Chase. You feel like
do you want them to like have like a heightened vision? Do you want them to be able to see like from a bird's eye view, or are you trying to like detect something?
Mostly
Like,
to detect the minotaur. I want to like take on the aspect of like a hawk,
Excellent.
and-
Do the bonus then.
the modifier. Okay,
Do the modifier, yeah.
great. Then I'm gonna just dump all of it into that. The effect is 3 or 6 dice. Let's see. But if
So you
applied
choose
to
a
type of
specific
roll-
skill or like a category of skill. So like if you
You
say
probably put
to
on
find the
perception, right?
minotaur, then it's going to be the lower bonus. If you say to perception specifically, then it will be the higher bonus.
I will do perception then in general.
And you need to put one success to make it last for one scene.
Yes,
The
I guess so.
duration?
So I'll do 2. So 2 to 4. So 4 dice to perception for one scene.
And how many targets?
Just me.
Just you. Excellent. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a perception here plus a survival. And
And-
go ahead and add your +4.
And also roll a d5. Because roll d5 is rating.
Hey,
Welcome,
hey,
roll a
roll
d5 in there as well.
Welcome,
And if you hit a
roll
5, that's 8
D5.
successes, I think, is the rule.
You know what? I will, for this roll, any 5s will be a success.
Oh my.
Roll D5.
That's
Ooh,
exciting.
yeah.
Okay.
I love it
So
when
I've
we get
got-
to leverage a raid to our own advantage.
Perception. Okay, so that is 10. 10d10. How
Oh, I thought you said 10
Nice.
successes. I was like,
Oh, no.
jeez.
You might get there. You might
You
get
might.
there.
Hey,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
5
Not
successes.
quite 10. Halfway there though. And
Excellent.
one of them was a 5. So thank you, roll d5 for the extra success.
Look at that. What does this look like to you? And to other people?
I think Noelle just kind of first she's gonna sort of like climb a tree so she can get a little bit higher up.
Uh-huh.
Not like way up to the top, but just like a couple branches up. And then she blinks slowly and then opens her eyes, and her eyes are just like that bright, just like hawk kind of golden yellow, and the irises are like that, it's a bird's eye basically. And
Mhm.
and she's just looking around, and her head is kind of like twitching to like a bird does when they are looking around at something. And it's just, she looks very animalistic for a time.
Bill's got you covered with the background.
Hey, thanks. Those are owl eyes though, Bill. I think you need to find a hawk, please.
No, I don't think so.
Fantastic. Yeah. So as your vision enhances, you almost get like zoomed in vision. You see the course quite clearly. It's a pretty open course. There's not like a lot of tree cover or anything. There's palm trees here and there. Very beautiful, very well trimmed up. You can very faintly see remnants of hoof prints, like just indents that seem to follow kind of a repetitive path, as if there is hoof traffic that goes that way from time to time. And it leads just to the center of the course, up on kind of the base of a more of like a heightened hill, for a nice vantage point where people are throwing their discs, between holes 10 and 3. And it just seems like it stops.
Okay. I'll hop
And-
down.
As you're up there looking, though, just completely out of nowhere, you guys heard nobody approach. The other 3 of you all of a sudden hear a voice directly behind you.
Thanks, cursed dice.
So, Sophia, you just hear a voice like right behind you. Somebody standing uncomfortably close. Oh, hey there. And it looks to be like a younger, like teen boy. Do you need some discs? He's got kind of a vacant
turn
stare,
around.
just staring up at you.
Yes, actually, we'd love some discs. Can we? We're actually going to be. This is actually my birthday, and we're coming here to celebrate. How do we go about doing this? This is my first time here, so I don't actually know what exactly I need to do.
Just gives you a big smile and just crouches down, shoves his hand in the dirt, and pulls up just a red plastic disc and shakes it off. I keep some buried around here, and he'll reach up and hand it to you.
Thank you. I think we might need a bit more. We've got a group of 4. So we just like go around and find more frisbees. That'd be great.
No, I'm okay. I don't need a disc from you.
Are they all your friends?
Yes.
Is that one up in the tree your friend?
Yes, that's actually Arabella, and I'll point over to Noel. This is my friend Stanley, and I'll point to Andrew. And this is Johnny, and I'll point to Will.
Hello,
Gives you all
my
a very
name's
nice
Stanley.
smile.
How are you?
This young teen boy has huge lips and just like a really big smile, and
like this teen boy.
like just a really big grin. Really nice to meet you all. I only had the one spare. The rest that I bury are for myself. You try to throw the frisbee into the baskets. It takes a lot of practice.
Thank you.
Takes a really deep breath. You smell really nice.
I know, it's a new fragrance I'm actually wearing.
I don't like fragrances so much. Just you smell nice.
Thank you. I guess it's
okay. I'll see you around.
See you around. What's your name again, by the way?
Oh, don't worry about that. We probably won't meet again.
Fair enough.
He's gonna go walking away.
Did I see this person, or did all this happen?
You probably saw the conversation happening as you were stepping down from the tree.
What?
Well, we'll need to find some more frisbees, I guess.
No, wait, hold on. We don't need any frisbees. We're not here to play disc golf. When did we start collecting objects to play the game? It's not our place to play. Let the humans play.
Right.
I feel like maybe we've lost sight of what we're doing here. We're looking for a big monster. So
yeah, there's some hoof prints going up that hill.
Some hoof prints. All right. So that seems the goal. Do we need to clear this area out before we provoke a big bull man?
We're going to provoke them?
Well, hold on, wait a second. Yes, right? Like we're trying to cut their horn off. Did you have a plan that didn't involve provoking?
Yes. At least I assume so.
Oh, please. If you have
What's
a plan,
your
do
plan?
you have
Does it still involve eating the minotaur?
We'll get there.
Honestly, initially no, but we can add that onto it if that's a real big thing that you need.
It's
by the way, your name is Arabella, by the way. Just for you to know. But I was thinking
in case the kid talks to you. That's what he.
Or
that's
really
what Jack said
anyone.
your name was.
An adult man and a younger girl are approaching. They look like maybe a father and son. They give a friendly wave as they just pass by. They brush kind of past you, Noel, and you notice that both of them turn towards you and take a deep breath. And then they just keep walking.
What the hell is wrong with these people?
I don't know. I'm starting to worry that someone has influenced them in some creepy way. Does anyone know who the god of creepiness is?
No, I don't think so.
What I
I'd have met him at dinner, but
no,
yeah.
Well, maybe they're under some kind of spell, so I don't know if we'll be able to clear them out.
Do we know
yes,
anything
and I
about...
honestly was thinking we just kind of sneak in. Okay. I'm assuming this place is, if it comes here frequently, it's probably its den of some kind. A place that it considers safe enough maybe to sleep or rest. So if we can just sneak in and deal with it while it's still sleeping, that'd be way easier than having to fist fight a minotaur.
Well, I will say, you have the tool, right? The thing to cut off its horns. Do you think that's possible without waking it up?
Ooh.
Because I think that's the provoking moment, is when you cleave the horn. I don't think it's going to take that literally lying down.
Yes, no, that's what I mean. We don't provoke it because we kill it in its sleep.
Oh,
Hey,
Kill it
friends!
less fun.
The
Oh,
teen boy
is this
who's
that
just
li-
talking to you is waving kind of up on a hill off in the distance.
The hill?
The hill?
The hill.
Oh, it's gonna get eaten.
Everybody roll me a perception plus speed.
I can do that.
I'm gonna be so good at this because I still have my bird eyes.
So the whole scene, baby.
Speed.
Perception 4, speed 2, dice 6.
Get all those pretty dice. Guys
I
have, like,
got
Easter
3
colors going on here.
successes. Oh, so many dice.
Oh, and
That's,
very few successes.
But only
Holy
one success.
smokes. Wow.
2 for me.
Wow.
2
for
for
me.
you. 2 for
I
you.
got 3.
Okay. So you guys, all glance up at the hills. This person shouts. Andrew, you see just like a little blur run behind everybody. Like a blur catches in the corner of your eye. It's like a little purple blur. Goes by super fast behind all of you. And then you see the dirt from that hole where the frisbee was just dug up, like spurt like a little dust cloud of dirt briefly. The rest of you don't see this. And then, Andrew, you notice that blood just starts dripping down Noelle's leg.
Do I feel that?
No.
Okay.
What?
Kids on a hill. Purple blur. Back to the dirt patch near Noel. Does it look like a purple blur as in he's thrown like a super quick knife disc?
It was
Or
hard
like-
to catch what it was. It was so fast. It was
But
something.
is it that sort of size, or is it like
Yeah, it was maybe
It's
like
I'm a purple guy?
no,
like where
it was
we-
probably what's a good size reference? It's probably like the size of like a stool. Like a purple stool.
That's kind of big.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
It wasn't like something tiny, but it was very fast.
Noel,
What?
look at your leg. Are you alright? Is that
There's
hurt?
a big
Did you just look at your arm?
there's a big
No,
chunk
I'm
of,
looking down, but you can't tell.
there's a
I'm
big
sitting
chunk
in a
of flesh
chair.
missing from the back of your calf.
What the heck? Like, how big?
Like
how big of
like
a chunk?
this big of a chunk.
Jeez, how do I not feel that?
You don't
How
feel
do
it
I
at all.
A chunk
If
of
in fact, when
flesh?
you look back at it, you feel like maybe the back of your calf is kind of numb.
Alright.
What is happening?
We're under attack.
Oh.
Something
Did I
Some-
take harm, Chase? Or this is
Yeah, you're gonna take bleeding 1 as a condition.
holy cow. Okay. Did it see what did that kid just do that to what is happening?
I don't know, but there are creepy people and something's flying around hurting us. I think the kid may have done it.
Well, I'm
Everybody
gonna start
get ready. I
I'm
think
gonna
the
start running up
provocation
the
has begun.
hill.
Yeah, let's run up the hill.
Oh,
Okay,
we're
the
just
kid-
running. We're running. Okay.
Yeah, we're running, Jack.
Taken out of my leg. I'm not waiting around.
The kid's already turned around and he kind of ran off the other way. And as you guys go running towards the hill, people are just throwing frisbees. Anytime a passerby goes by you guys, though, they stop and take a big sniff and a smile. Somebody points out, "Hey, miss, your leg's bleeding."
That was great.
I'm just running. I'm not talking to any of them. I don't care.
We're like,
Okay.
sorry, Arabella isn't much of a talker as I run by them.
Actually, could I actually really quick when I maybe kind of reach the base of the hill, if
Mhm.
I'm not immediately around people, I do want to look again at my leg. Does it look like a bite or like a cut?
Looks like something bit a big chunk out of your leg, like a massive, like horsefly
Okay.
bite.
Noelle is super pissed because she's supposed to be doing the eating around here. She's not the meal.
Excellent.
Will finally catches up to you with his handkerchief. He's been like, well, you could use this, and trying to staunch the wound a little bit.
Yeah, and as Will staunches the wound a little bit, Andrew, you see another blur fly behind Will, and you can see there's a big rip in the back of his pants, and his leg is now bleeding.
Ah, well, they got you.
Good thing I packed 2 hankies.
Come on, the hoof prints stop at the top of the hill. Let's just get up there and figure out what the hell is going on.
All right, yeah. You guys run to the top of the hill, and you get there, and the hoof prints are so subtle. Like, it looks like they trimmed this lawn pretty well. No, you're barely even able to keep track of where they go. But you get to the top of the hill. You can see that this is where they end. And people are still kind of going about their day, throwing some frisbees. Somebody yells 4, and a frisbee kind of goes over ahead of you guys. And you can see there's a small group of people that look like they're maybe converging towards you guys at the bottom of the hill. They're waving and just walking towards you. Maybe five or six.
They're all waving?
Mix of adults and kids, yeah.
I'd like to... Please.
How tall is Andrew?
Andrew, I want to say he's like 6'1".
Okay. What is out of the group of people waving and converging with us? Is the kid that I think we currently assume is the cause of this thing flying around with them, or have they kind of gone off somewhere else?
That teenage boy you first talked to is off somewhere else. This is a group of new people.
I'm going to walk behind Andrew, and as I do, take off my helmet, and I would like to use my truth.
Okay.
How ironic.
Which is Tiala can change his appearance. And I want to become this kid, that boy that originally had been weird and creepy towards us. And as I walk behind Andrew, you expect me to walk out the other end, like you kind of follow the eye line of where my head would be, but you have to go down as you see that I've fully become this kid. And I think the only difference is I do still have the helmet under one arm, but everything from my clothes down to my face, everything has changed to look like this kid.
Excellent. Yeah, so when you pull your helmet off and this group of people sees you, they all stop and just smile, and then they turn around and start walking away.
Do we know it's you? I mean, I guess
I do have a problem because I do want to kick you as hard as I can.
Is that to you? What do you think?
What? Noelle will, I think, was just going to react immediately. She'll grab this kid by like the, collar of your shirt. What is going on? Where's Jack?
He's just bringing more frisbees.
Um,
Stop.
Jack, Sophia, Tiala, whoever you want to call them, is going to go and just stare at Noelle.
You tell me right now or I'm going to eat your face.
I think just kill the kid.
They're going to just stare, they just creepy stare up in their face for a bit longer.
When you grab the kid and when you say that, you can feel all of a sudden a shift in the mood of this course, and everybody is just staring. They're all still smiling. And there's like a circle of people now closing in around all of you.
In the kid's voice, I just go, I'd put me down if I were you. I mean, and then in Jack, Tiala, Sophia's voice, sorry, I'd put me down if I were you.
Noelle, throws you to the ground.
Ow! The legs of a little kid. Body of mass is...
What the hell is going on here? What are you doing? Did you do all this?
Yeah, is this
Who
you?
are you?
Oh, no. I just changed forms to look like that kid to maybe make them back off because they think that, one of them is with you already and dealing with whatever they think they need to do.
And were you just counting on us not immediately trying to kill you? Because I would have eaten your face. I'm still thinking about it.
Your face.
You guys hear a deep breathe, like a deep breath, just a big synchronized inhale of everybody in the circle. It almost sounds like one beast taking one big deep breath because they just all do it in synchronization.
I think there's a beat and then I do it as well to be like, I'm one of you guys. But then we'll look back and just say, I didn't have time to explain. They were closing in pretty fast and it worked, didn't it?
Okay, so what do we do here? I'd like to try and buy us a tiny bit of time for a second so we can come up with a plan. I'd just like to use a manifestation as an Aegis manifestation, as a shield, just so that we don't keep getting chunks taken out of us while we come up with a plan in case anyone throws another thing. So
Yeah,
I'm
how
gonna
are you
try
going to
and-
manifest it?
I'm going to try and it's literally just we're on top of the hill, and I'm going to try and create like a little protected area on top of the hill so that if anything kind of flies in, it should just like slow down and not.
I have a weird way that could relate to your domain,
Oh, please.
Bill. Okay. So in like a video game, you have like a spawn zone where you're safe
Sure.
and you can't be killed. And that is to ensure that like you're not just insta killed the moment you respawn, and that adds to the fairness of the competition. So
Yeah, exactly. I've made
you-
it the locker room. It's the
Yes.
the
The locker
preparatory
room.
phase. We're in the green room of this combat. And we're not ready to go out yet, so there cannot
We're
be
in the
combat
lobby. We
inside.
haven't gotten in yet. Yeah.
yes, we're loading in.
That is a little obscure, but I like it, so I'm only going to give you a -1 to your manifestation.
How about you don't give
and-
me any minus, friend?
You know, that was pretty good description. That was pretty crypt. I'll allow it. Also, you are within a distance of Andrew's Faithful, which is going to give you a bonus.
Lovely. So I've got 2 for my Aegis, 2 for my empathy, a bonus from being nearby, and maybe I'll use some of our dice. What do we do in Pantheon dice wise?
We've got 14, so
14.
use them.
Okay,
People are giving you a lot of love tonight.
we have 14. Why don't I use like 6 of them?
Go for it.
I'll just keep us safe forever. So
Sorry,
5
you
plus-
can't ever
I'll roll-
hurt us again.
I'll roll 11 / roll 11 d10.
Oh, I see a couple of 10s there. 3 10s in there.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes. I'd like to make this
Whoa!
immune to roll damage forever, please. All right, hold on. I've got 9 successes. I'll just put in here that I used 6 Pantheon dice so that production knows. 9 successes. So let's just do this quickly. Let's have it last for the entire scene. Right, so that's 1 success. I don't need any more than that. Unless you like a day of immunity on top of this hill. I don't need any for the area because I'm just protecting us here on the top of the hill. So that's 0 is 1 small room or area. I'm happy with that.
Mhm.
Magnitude. I mean, I guess I just put the magnitude to 5.
Maybe
which
targets?
is a colossal change. Well, it's an area. I don't think I need targets, right? Unless you'd like
Yeah.
me to.
Yeah, I guess that's
I
true.
think area is more applicable here because you're like making a safe zone,
Like a
basically.
dome, yeah.
Yeah. And maybe I can spend the last 3 on making the trigger very specific to like, if anything in this area hurts us, it doesn't happen. But if something's in this area and we want to hurt it, we can do whatever we want. So that I'll spend 3 points making the trigger so specific that like it is fully empowering. It's not a protected zone. It's just we can't get hurt in this zone.
I like
So
it.
now we can chill. Hey everybody, there's been a colossal change. We are immune to all pain and damage while on top of this hill.
What does this
Oh,
look like?
nice.
I think it looks in that same vein of like a video game spawn area. It's like you just get that sort of light blue circle all around the top of the hill, and with little like see-through walls of blue that go up straight from it. Looks like straight out of a video game. Just like, this is our sanctuary. This is our spot. Don't worry about it. Something flies in, nothing happens. Someone's in here and they want to hurt us, nothing happens. We want to hurt people, we can do it all we want.
With that powerful manifestation, all of the people gathering in the circle, their eyes just roll back in their head and they open their mouths wide and start drooling, and they just take the biggest, deepest breath. They all start salivating. You can see that there is one little girl in that group that when she opens her mouth, there's a little bit of blood trickling down her chin. And it looks like some of the flesh just starts melting off of their faces.
Well, that's just rude.
And with that, we're going to go to break.
Oh, I can't do that with my face.
we will-
At least not yet.
I will never come back.
At least not yet. So yeah, hang around, chat. We're going to take a 10 to 15 minute break. We're going to refill our drinks and we'll be back shortly. So stick around and we'll see you guys in a few. All right, welcome back, fellow geeks. Thanks for giving us a brief rest to recharge before we see what's happening with this face melting tension. Quite literally face
Oh my
melting.
god.
So yeah, we're gonna jump right back into it. When we left off, Andrew had just done a very big protective manifestation, creating a video game spawn zone practically. And there is just a bunch of people taking in a deep breath, and their faces are starting to melt away here. And let's go ahead and show some art-ish.
No.
Oh, so their
so-
faces melting off? Okay.
No, we have an end result. So as our faces start to melt away, the flesh just like drips down onto the ground like melted clay. And underneath, you see just a bunch of these big black eyes and sweet smiling faces looking at you. They're kind of cute. They look kind of like little frog people just staring at you like this.
No, I take it back. They're so cute.
No, they are not.
Look at them.
They're kind of cute.
Oh.
And yeah, eventually all of the disguises melt away, and a couple of them look like they go to step forward, kind of jittery. But as soon as they get in the field of that manifestation, they back away.
Yeah, you get out of here. We got a whole scene. We can just chill. We can just chill in here for everybody. How you going?
Wait, if one of them steps in, do any of them step in?
They do like a hesitant like toe tap in, and then they look disturbed, and so they scurry back. They move very jittery and fast.
Could I try to grab one before it gets away?
Yeah.
Okay. I realize they're fast, but I'm fast too. Maybe I can grab one.
Yeah, roll me an athletics and a speed.
Okay.
What are your athletics and speed stats?
That'll be 7 dice for me. 3 to athletics, 4 to speed.
Excellent. Are you using any cursed dice?
Take 2.
Don't ask her about the
cursed.
cursed dice before you ask her about the Pantheon
I'll
dice.
take 2
I
cursed
see what you're doing
dice.
here. No, use the Pantheon dice that aren't cursed.
Fine, I'll use 2 Pantheon dice.
I don't mind.
Fantastic. I'm going to use 4 cursed dice and make this more difficult.
Well, look, they got used up, and now we don't have a curse to deal with. Just difficulty. Difficulty is
True.
better than a curse.
1, 2. Man, I've been rolling so poorly. 2 successes. And Pantheon dice. Oh, Pantheon dice can add 1 to things, right? 1 to a dice result to make it a
2
success?
to a dice result.
Oh,
Yep.
2. If I get, let's see, I have 2 successes. If I get 3, will that make a difference?
You need 5.
Oh, well.
Let's see,
toads.
1, 2. I don't want to drain all of our Pantheon dice. I could get to 5, but is there a reroll?
I
Can
think
I
you should just
reroll
drain
with
our
Pantheon?
curse dice, to be honest.
Pantheon
I think you
dice
should
let you
take all
reroll
the
dice
curse
as well.
dice.
I will reroll. I can reroll all the ones that weren't a success, or I just roll the roll again.
Just one Pantheon rerolls 1 dice.
1 single dice.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Dang
an
it,
extra die,
Chase.
but retroactively.
Okay. Can I use cursed dice to up the results like Pantheon dice?
Nope.
Dang.
They're only
Okay.
for extra dice.
All right. Then I'm taking 3 more Pantheon dice. Sorry, guys. And I'm gonna change the
Noelle
3
is
of
hungry.
the dice. Yes, into the 3 last successes I need.
Also, Drac, for your character, you have 2 worshippers for this stream so far. That's just going to be 2 free successes whenever you choose to use them.
Awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
I
Thank
feel like
you,
I need to say,
worshippers.
don't use him to betray us.
I would never do such a thing.
Don't use it to like
I
pull
don't
up your
trust
mask and
anything
reveal
you
you've been a
say
minotaur
anymore.
the whole time.
Yeah, right.
Sophia would never do that. Maybe Jack will. Tiala's on edge, really. They're not entirely sure.
Who's to say? Okay, I got your 5. I spent so many dice. Are you happy, Chase?
You got the 5 you got there?
Yeah, I got there.
Fantastic. All right. Yeah, so as you go darting up to grab one, it gets big, wide eyes and like a really sad, scared face. But then as soon as you grab it, like, are you trying to like bite it? Like, what are you doing? Are you pulling it into the bubble?
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent,
I want it
yeah.
in the bubble with us.
So as you
Can't
pull it
hurt
in
us
the
when it's in the
bubble, as
bubble.
soon as you grab it and you yank it towards you, its face loses its cuteness and its mouth opens to like a gigantic proportion, and you see
Whoa.
rows of razor sharp teeth inside of its mouth, and it goes to just bite down on you, and then it quivers and stops right before it actually gets a bite.
Yeah. Noelle wants whatever this thing has, so she's gonna bite it. And
Okay.
her bite is going to contact.
Yes, it will. Yeah, you can
Bite
take
off.
a bite of this thing. Are you trying to kill it, or are you just like biting it and throwing it away?
I'm gonna take a bite out of its leg. See how it likes it.
So catch and release, bite the leg.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so as you chomp into this thing, it has kind of a nutty flavor, kind of like a warm
Ooh.
toasted almond. It's quite delicious. And the benefit that you get from this, you're not quite sure what it is yet, but you're going to get composite skin, which is going to give you, this is a permanent ability you're gaining. If you spend a shard, you have to spend a shard to get this one permanently.
Cool. Yeah.
You can eat certain minerals, and whenever you eat certain minerals, you will get an armor rating that raises your armor by 2 to 3. As your skin
I eat
shares that mineral
certain
type.
minerals to gain armor 2 to 3.
Mhm.
Yeah, you eat a diamond and you become diamond gal.
All right. Well, I was hoping for shark teeth, but I'll take this. Does anyone know what these are? Noelle will like wipe the, I don't know what blood or goo they have, and turn
Probably
to the
goo.
rest.
They feel
What?
like they have goo.
Does anyone know what these are?
Sophie,
To know what
Jack,
it was, it would be a knowledge plus medicine to know what these are.
Ooh, I'll give it a go. Sure, why
Go
not?
for it. Wait, no, don't you go for it, because whatever you find out, you'll tell us the opposite. You're like, oh, now my character knows exactly what they are. So allow me to
it's,
tell you that
I
they're-
don't
No.
have much dice in this.
Well, I can take a
so
roll.
we'll see.
I got 4.
Yeah, we'll
You're also
Um,
welcome to make up whatever you want, but if you want to know for sure what it is, it's knowledge plus
I
medicine.
want to know for sure what it is, but if I lie about it, who knows? I'm gonna choose take 2 Pantheon dice.
Fantastic.
to,
Oh, good.
to bump it up.
I like it.
It's still not much dice, just 4 dice. So that is 3 successes.
Oh yeah, you know what these are for sure. These are a type of puck, and pucks are kind of pesky little creatures that are a plague on the world. They bug mortals, they bug gods, and goblins are a type of puck, for an example. But these ones are not goblins. These are called gnars, and gnars are pretty vicious eating creatures. They've been known to consume mortals whole. They will take little bites out of gods. They find gods delicious. And if they can ever kill a god, they will actually consume the spark and gain a semblance of their dominion.
Interesting. Okay.
Should have eaten it. Dang.
So when Noel turns to ask this question, Sophia, Jack, Charla, they kind of still in kids form. They still look like this kids, with the way too large helmet with their current size on their arm, and they'll go, "Oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. That's a," and you see like them hesitate for a moment. That's a puck, or a type of puck called a gnar.
Called the truth.
Yeah, those are pretty dangerous. They can also consume the sparks in gods and kind of get a semblance of their power
But
when
hey,
they do.
well, that's scary. Let's kill these things.
Yeah, there's probably a good like 30 of them, so you actually probably feel
Let's
pretty
run
lucky
away
that you
from
put
these
up a
things.
protective ward, because this would be a tough encounter.
So
Yeah,
while
while this is going on, can Will just keep looking around? I mean, we saw some hooves tracks come up this way.
Mhm.
Will's just gonna roll his eyes to this eating stuff and just grumble around and look for maybe what else is going on here.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything that you're trying to do specifically? Just look around.
Well, I'm trying to follow. Like it seems they ended here. Maybe I can like. To him, he's thinking like is there some entrance of some kind that maybe they're not seeing or something like that.
Yeah, that would be a perception plus craft.
perception plus craft. 6 dice there.
Do you have craft or perception? What are your values? Because I could help out. Because I got a high perception, I might be able to help.
Craft 2, perception 4.
I'm the same. I'm craft 0, perception 4, so I can't help. You may as well roll your own.
Okay. Well, we can pull. I think we got some more Pantheon dice. Let's throw.
We
a
have
couple
so
more
many.
there.
There's a wolf
Yeah.
just dropping them in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of love tonight.
We're gonna bump this up then. So I got 6. We're going 8. 8 dice. Here goes. So that's 2 Pantheon dice.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's see what we got. Woo!
2
there's a couple.
successes.
2 successes is exactly what you needed, so good thing. So as you're looking around, you feel like you can see a circular indent at the top of the hill, like maybe there's some kind of hidden passage. And it actually looks like when you notice that, the disc golf baskets of hole 10 and 3 look a little different. It looks like maybe there's some sort of mechanism, like it looks like they're almost in like a lever track and can be pulled.
Oh, interesting. And they're not inside our safety bubble.
They are inside the bubble because you guys are on top of the hill right between those 2 holes.
Let's give
Will
them a
wander
yank.
over. Is it Andrew? Yank that thing over there, and I'll try this one. I think I have an idea here.
All right, let's go
go
on
around
3,
with
shall
that.
we? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you guys yank them simultaneously, and as it does, the ground shakes a little bit, and you can see that circular pattern twists down into the ground and starts uncovering a pretty wide spiral staircase going down into the ground.
Right, spiral staircase. I mean, look, we're not under any threat right now while we're standing here on the hill. We can take some time to consider this, but
The Naurs are opening their mouths really wide and closing them.
Oh, get
drooling,
out of here,
looking
you
pretty antsy. Just in a
toad
big
freaks.
circle around your bubble.
Noelle is occasionally like punking the ones who get too close and like acting like she's gonna try and grab them.
They're really fast, but as soon as their mouths get in that bubble, they just quiver and back up.
Are there any rocks around?
Yeah, probably not. This is
Are
a
there
pretty
any
well
certain
kept
minerals?
course.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Probably down. There's probably some good mineral stone down the stair path here.
Oh, that's true.
But-
Okay, I'll worry about that later.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so do we think this is a maze because it's a minotaur?
Oh, that could be a
Oh,
big
that's a good point.
Does anybody have
Yeah.
like a ball of string or something? Like some
No.
thread that goes on.
Look
for
at
very
Will.
long?
He's checking his pockets. I'm hankies. No.
What about some like Hansel and Gretel style breadcrumbs? You always feed the birds down at the park, and we don't tell Noelle about it at all. I don't
Right,
look
I
at
have-
Noelle.
I have some extra Biscoff.
Oh, this is perfect.
The
Unless, of
crumble
course,
cookie
minotaurs
trail.
eat Biscoff, and then in that case, we're screwed.
They actually do. That's one of their favorite snacks.
Ah, damn it! All right, well,
I'm joking.
give
I
up.
was
Let's
joking.
go home.
No, it's not. They're pretty sure we're good on that. And worst case scenario, they do eat it and are
We'll
too
find
full
them.
to eat us.
Oh, that's it. The best protection against a minotaur is feeding them Biscoff beforehand. All right, well, shall we?
Yeah,
guess.
take a more comfortable form.
Yeah. Could you please stop being this small child? It's rather
Yeah.
disconcerting.
Yeah, this is the type
you-
of person Tiala is. I'm gonna use again. Tiala can change their appearance. I'll use a fragment, and I'm going to turn into Noelle.
That's not going to be confusing at all.
I'm gonna turn into an exact copy of Noelle. Again, the only real indicator that this is Jack, Sophia, Tiala is that they still have the motorbike helmet underneath their arm. Yeah, I like this. This is quite comfortable.
That is quite unnerving. Also, you will have to tell us what your actual domain is at some point soon, because obviously you're not the god of frost.
Yeah.
Unless this is an
yeah.
ice sculpture. Is this a beautiful photorealistic ice sculpture around your board? No, that doesn't make sense. You got smaller.
No.
All right.
Yes, no. I am the god of change.
Got to change. That holds up for the moment, I suppose. You did change a few times.
Yeah, you keep
Right.
changing what you're saying, so I guess that's something.
Does this
I mean, to be
like-
fair, your group of your pantheon that approached me out of the blue off the street, I have enemies, so I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, I say it's fair. That's fair.
All right, are we gonna go
Fantastic.
eat a minotaur or what? Because I am starving.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
me too.
as,
I pull out my fire axe, which became a relic last session, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, that's right. You made one in Relic. That's awesome. Okay, so you guys traverse down this staircase. It spirals down for a pretty good ways. Like this is surprisingly deep down into the earth. As you walk down the staircase, there are lit torches. It looks like a dungeon as you're going down there, not like anything modern. You can still hear the pucks up top making noises and grumbling. You hear the voice of that teenage boy. Friends, come back.
Oh, I don't like this kid. Everybody, block
And,
your ears and continue down.
Fades distant, and then you guys no longer hear them after you get deep into the earth. As you reach the bottom of the staircase, you reach a very long, wide corridor. Cobblestone floor, still looks like a dungeon, though this looks like a pretty well-crafted, like underground building of sorts. And there are torches lining the walls, and maybe a good 100 feet down this corridor, you can see a very large horned creature that looks like it's sitting at a large desk.
Oh, he's doing his taxes. I just want to also point out that on the way down, just to cap off our anime discussions, I quickly put my hands around fake Noel, and I start to lift them up, and then I go, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon?" Which is also an anime. All right, sorry.
It's a good anime.
I think they will laugh at that. They will laugh at that. It's a
No,
really good
dude,
anime. And
I've never
considering
seen
the
it with the
title, it's
title
completely
so
opposite.
absurd. It's
Yeah.
on my list of weirdly titled things, along with "Can I eat your pancreas?" All right.
That's Noel's favorite anime.
Well, do we just sneak up on him? Is that the plan?
I would like to use a manifestation.
Okay.
Ooh.
I will probably need to borrow dice again. Well, not borrow, take some dice. I would like to bestow us with some basically like the fast stealth of an owl. You know, that they're hard to see, and you don't really notice, like the mice don't notice them until the owl is right on them. So
Excellent.
that's what
I
I
think
want.
Bill
to
has a
give us.
background for that too.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's true. Now it's relevant. Bill.
And now it works. It's
Oh,
all
I also
coming
have this
full
while we talk
circle.
about anime.
All right, yeah, let's go to
minion
manifestation.
and empathy.
Is there a way I can help with this at all, or I don't know if there's.
Can we help
there's a
with our
action.
with people's manifestations?
You sure can, as long as you can relate them to both of your domains, which I think here it definitely would.
Yeah,
My GM knowledge.
With the GM, I feel like even the players can kind of get a hang of what exactly is going on here.
Yeah, it's the god of anime.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I want to go with. I think I don't know what it would be, but like basically an illusion. I want to make it. Yeah, I want to make it seem like we're not here, or like make it harder to see us at the very least.
I like it.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Or rather, not make it hard for them to see us, but if they do see us, for them to be convinced that it's normal for us to be down here. It actually is going to be specifically since my domain. But I'm not sure what that would be, what manifestation that would fall under.
What type are you using, Tori?
I was going to use minion because I was going to use bestow. But
I like
if-
that. And that's
but if-
minion is
Minion empathy.
minion empathy. So why don't you roll minion stealth, Drac? And that will
Okay.
take a pantheon dice. And then we'll take the best of the minion rolls, and then we'll take the two separate rolls and add them together.
Okay.
They're the same for me anyway, but could I do minion deception because I'm not trying to make us high. I'm trying to make it seem like we're meant to be here if he does catch a glance of
Yes,
us.
I like that.
A minion. Okay, cool. That is 6 dice for me.
I might just let Drac. Well, I guess not Drac because that's not your character's name. I might let
Who knows?
Jack
Or maybe it is.
Drac,
do this because I think I guess if we both are kind of starting up, basically meta. I'm only gonna roll 1 dice because I'm not great at this. So I'm
cool.
probably
Okay.
just gonna let you like.
I mean, you might as well
like,
roll your 1
has an
dice
idea.
though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Okay.
every
All
little
right.
helps.
Maybe it'll be.
I would like them to roll their 1 dice, and if it succeeds, I want them to. Can I make it seem like it was all Noel? That
Yeah.
did like it was all thanks to Noel. I don't
Kind
want
of is
to
all
be
Noel
clear.
right now.
That is
Yeah.
1 success.
Okay, and that is.
You got a success?
I did get a success.
Nice.
That is 2 successes from me.
2
So it's not that
successes.
much more.
Excellent. So there's a lot of these manifestation results here, but sometimes for simpler tasks like this, I think they're a little cumbersome. I think you can definitely do what you guys are hoping for here.
Yeah, I just
Um,
want number of targets basically, which
Mhm.
is so probably 2 successes for up to 10 targets. I'll do us.
Yeah,
And then 1 scene.
yeah, that should be good.
Yeah. Okay. So we
Cool.
are all sneaky fast, sneaky
fast.
quiet, sneaky fast.
Yeah. So are you guys going to approach towards the Minotaur?
I suppose so. That's why we're here.
Excellent. Yeah, so as you guys approach down this corridor, there is a lot of little branching hallways. And the further you go down this corridor, it looks like you are in the center of some sort of maze. Like every branch off has a couple of branch offs themselves. Some of them look like they have some weird contraptions. You see a couple things that might even possibly be traps. Nothing down the main pathway. This is carpeted and looks like it's meant to go straight to the desk. And it does not notice you approaching.
May
Does
I
it notice
also go ahead?
I was going to say, does it notice the trail of Biscoff?
It does not.
Okay, great.
Can
Go ahead.
I want to spend a shard to like unsheath my talons, basically.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, you guys get up pretty close. You can hear it breathing a big, heavy, huffing breath. It's got a very large quill. It's scrawling something down on some scrolls.
Is it the same Minotaur? Can I tell?
It does look like the same Minotaur.
Oh,
you
he's
encountered
so
before.
dead.
Before we swing, before we attack, can we find out what he's riding?
Yeah, you want to do
Oh,
a perception
no.
with it?
Yeah, I just want to just a quick lean over and see his Horimiya fan fiction.
By the way, I'm gonna watch. I need to watch any season, and I'm very excited for it when they announce that it's gonna be like I think it's called Horimiya Missing Pieces because of the
nice.
things they cut out for just longevity, like just to make it nice and cleaner. But they're
Oh,
airing it,
nice.
and I'm very excited to watch.
Very cool. I remember I watched it all at some point. Like I watched all of it and then stopped, but I don't know how long ago. It was years ago, so I don't know where it's at now.
Yeah.
No,
No, it
I got
just
perception.
aired like a couple of weeks ago. Sorry. Okay. Stop that.
You
Sorry.
don't
We've been
even-
talking about anime for ages.
I love it. No, you don't have to roll perception. I mean, you guys can get so close here with your
Yeah,
manifestation.
It's the manifestation. What's he?
Yeah, you can get a nice look at what he's scrawling. He's got actually delicate, excellent handwriting. It's beautiful. And it looks like he's writing some sort of will and a letter to his brother. And he is talking.
Don't humanize the Minotaur.
I thought it was going to be their daughter or something. So this is honestly way easier for me.
The notable sentence that you catch is, "Brother, this week may be my last as I plan to go against Horatio." And that catches your attention.
What is stop?
Oh, hang on. I think this is a very reasonable time for me to invoke my Curse of Unceasing Appetite, Chase, where I have to
Okay.
resist not eating the Minotaur. Because we're about to have a change of plans, but Noel was very intent on eating the Minotaur.
I
Yeah.
also want to use my curse as well. Unpredictable. Game. Basically, I go. I lean into my god's dubious nature, so that others find it hard to perceive me as trustworthy, and cause trouble. So I think as Noel is about to attack, from what I can tell, Can I very visibly retract my manifestation to make it clear that we're here?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's my like a little bit of chaos thrown into the mix.
So we have Andrew being like, wait, everybody clearly gets visible. Noelle, let's see if you're taking a bite or not.
Yeah, this is fortitude and discipline. I'm rolling
Every time
3
we say
dice.
take a bite, I just picture that scene in The Simpsons with the hamburger where Grandpa puts his teeth in it and goes, "Have you ever seen a sandwich that could take a bite out of you?"
I will roll some Pantheon dice because I think this is kind of important.
Noelle does it, but Tori does.
Pantheon dice in the pool.
She actually has to. This one's a forced one.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you guys do get a Pantheon dice production for Drax Curse. You don't get one for Tori's because this one's forced.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's a moderate. It was a moderate challenge, but it gets harder the longer it goes. So I passed that one, I believe, right?
Yeah, and you just ate, so you're good.
Yeah. Okay. So as soon as Andrew says stop, like Noelle was like, and she just grits her teeth and like clenches her fists so hard. Actually, she starts to bleed a little bit in her palms because she has her talons out. And
then there's a huff as the Minotaur makes eye contact with all of you, stands up and clatters backwards with the chair. Not armed currently, doesn't have the big axe he had when he encountered you last time. Looks actually straight at the fake Noelle. It's you.
Me.
I remember you.
I remember you too.
You were a worthy opponent.
Thank you.
Have you come to finish the job?
Nah, you're really nothing. It was kind of like just another Tuesday night kind of thing.
Wait, no, this is not who you think it is. Sorry, wait, that's who you think it is.
Turns around and looks at you, Andrew. So all of you have come back.
We all here to kill you specifically.
Wait, no, we're not. Listen.
I knew this day would come.
No, you didn't. You don't know what day it is.
I wouldn't trust that guy if I were you, and I'll point at Andrew. They've been a compulsive liar this entire time.
Your wit is as strong as your fists.
Please. Hold on. I just want to talk.
Speak, puny godling.
Now you have to let me finish this sentence because I will say we did come here to kill you.
Here's the tool, and I pull out the tool that I was given.
We were going to use this to cut the horns from your corpse. That's the context. I will admit this. However, I hear a little bird told me that you might.
That's my whole thing.
No, it's not your whole thing. It's somebody else's whole thing. Don't steal people's things. That we might be on the same page here because we only need your horn to fight Horatio. We know about Horatio.
My horn cannot fight Horatio. If my horn could fight Horatio, then I would not be in the predicament I'm in.
What
You're the reason for my doom. You ruined everything.
We're here to ruin it again.
He's going to point at fake Noelle. You specifically.
Again, not who you think it is.
You've invoked my warrior's pride, and I can't let it go. Horatio defeated you unfairly. You must be killed honorably. You fight like a true warrior.
Okay, this is just getting way too intense. And I'm going to try and drop my form. I don't know if I need to use a fragment for that as well. But I'm going to try to revert.
You can drop to your default form without
my default. Before I do, I put the helmet back on, and then I revert back to my default form. And go, sorry, I was just joking. I had nothing to do with your whole very humiliating defeat.
They're all talk, no action. And Noelle steps in front of Tiala, though she doesn't know that's their name.
Decoy, that does not feel like you.
It wasn't.
Well, then why was it there?
Because it likes to be annoying. And she kind of like shoves the helmet, not like hard to knock you over, but just like.
You owe me a duel to the death.
Fine, but you have to hear out my friend first.
Which one?
She'll look at well, I guess she'll kind of nod to Will and Andrew. Both of them. You have to talk to them, and then I promise I will duel you and eat you.
Ah! Fine, I'll listen.
All right.
Ah, the Shark Cavalier is here too.
Hey.
Oh,
As you
yeah,
will.
Thank you. It's become a nickname.
I'm going to invoke one of my truths, which is soothing aura, or it's while in the presence of the god of Wi-Fi, others have a great sense of connectedness. So he sits down, like he's kind of trying to appease this, and like,
Why don't we all take a seat? And hear my friend out.
Yeah, the Minotaur will look at you and take a deep breath and nod and sit. I do not have guests. Sit on the floor.
Oh, well, thank you very
He has
much.
he has a nice big sturdy throne-like chair.
Tiala sits on the edge of the desk. It's kind of like kicks her legs back and forth.
Well, it's gonna pace around the room. It's probably better if I don't sit next to you and wait through this whole conversation. Just let me know when you're ready to tussle. She's gonna walk away so she doesn't have to continue thinking about eating this minotaur.
Listen, you know that we don't like Horatio. He tried to kill us. Or maybe he didn't, because otherwise you would have killed us. But he defeated us, he killed our friend, and he's doing it to everybody. And we plan to stop him. Our plan was to take you one of your horns to a dwarven smith who could create a weapon of such power we could stand a chance against Horatio.
Dwarves cheat.
Dwarves, hey, you know what? They probably do. This wacko here is a friend of a dwarf, so I'm starting to maybe see your point.
No, wacko. Just like to have fun sometimes.
But I see, and I apologize for looking over your shoulder, but I was planning to kill you. I see that you yourself may be turning against Horatio.
Horatio also cheats. I just
he cheat
explained it. My warrior's pride is invoked from your friend.
I will tell
You
you.
should not have been defeated that way.
If you support us, I will always support your warrior's pride. There is no trickery here. You can fight Noel to the death, to first blood, whatever you need. That is the whole point. I understand this. You want to compete. You want to win. You don't want it cheated or taken away from you. You don't want to have them knocked out so you don't have to fight them. I understand. Fundamentally, I do. I'm the god of awards, and I know what it is to compete. And I know what it is to have your pride as a warrior taken from you. I would never do this. Horatio believes in nothing. His core is that he believes in nothing. I believe in what you believe in. So if you can help us, I don't know, give us a horn maybe. Or if you have your own plan, we could help you. You don't have to die. Well, unless Noel kills you.
He has to die, just to be clear. She shouts from across the room.
See, that's the energy. That's fine. We will not interfere. Your duel will take place unassailed. If you kill Noel, we will be very sad. But I understand. So
prepare to be sad.
All right, well.
I think I do a pretty
Don't
good
do
Noel.
that.
I could fill that space if you really need it.
Well, look,
You wish to be
we have
killed?
a backup. But
Oh, I see.
what was your plan? What were you to do to Horatio? Is there anything you can give us that will help us defeat him?
No, he's undefeatable.
Then why turn against him? Well, warrior's pride, I understand.
My tiff with Noel is suicidal. He banned me from going back after her. I was going to seek you.
Well, I suppose we've made that a little easier for you.
He'll nod.
I think maybe we just let the duel happen. I think they have to fight.
It seems like that's the way this is going to have to go. Are you
You
sure?
are very brave. Now you're invoking my warrior's pride.
Oh, I'll let you fight. We're not going to stop you. But
Yeah.
there is a cost. there is one thing you have to give us first. Because just like you're saying, you do not want Noel to be knocked out so you can win. By the same token, you have to pay an entry fee. And it's
This
one of
concept
those.
makes sense to me.
It's just the left one, please.
You desire my horn.
One horn. We won't take both. Someone told us not to. One horn, you can fight Noel.
My horn could not be cleaved by anything but god metal.
Well, what about that?
Hold on, give me a sec. And they're gonna like start going through the pockets,
Sorry,
gonna
wait.
like
1 second. Hold on, wait.
hold on.
Ready? Just give me a nod when you're ready.
Wait, hold on. You didn't warn
What?
me that's gonna be like a cinematic like
No, it's going to be like a thing. I thought you were paying attention. You were doing like a
Yeah.
They mentioned the gold medal. He set it up.
Yeah, I didn't. I know, and I wasn't prepared for.
I
Here
can
it is,
see
and I'll
it. It's
pull
in
it
your
out.
back pocket. There you are. What
Okay.
about that?
That is god metal. How convenient.
Very
He
good.
did come here to kill you and then take your horn, so it's honestly like it was already planned.
Let's go ahead and let's do a roll for this. Let's see if you can persuade. This is going to be so the main two skills we need an influence and throw me another suggestion. What's your second skill want to be?
Intuition.
I like it.
Wonderful. All
And if
right.
anybody wants to assist, I'm open to hearing other skills if anybody else wants to chime in.
Well, I've got 6 dice there. Yeah.
Can I help? Can I help with fortitude? Basically, like I want to this is an appealing challenge, you know?
Yeah,
like
you want to make it a tasty
yeah.
challenge.
So I'm Noelle is pacing, but she's also like clearly like, you know, she's like getting ready to fight. So I guess
I like
guess
it, yeah.
athletics, fortitude, they're both the same for me, but
Yeah,
something
do
like that.
fortitude. Let's
Okay.
spend a Pantheon dice to get Noelle in with fortitude.
Well, rather than spend it, let's just leave it as it is, because I would like to claim that this entire time, I've not been lying. This has been 100% truthful, because I am using my curse, which is led by my power, which is out of Pantheon dice, when I'm just like, no, it doesn't matter the logic of the situation. There's an award and a competition here. It has to be done clearly.
I love
These
that.
people need to fight to the death. That's my domain.
So Pantheon neutral here.
So Pantheon neutral. So
There's one success for you.
all right. And how many Pantheon dice do we have?
We are
billion,
sitting on a lot.
6.
6.
Well, I'm just going to use 2 of them to bring myself to rolling 8 dice.
I like it.
Oh, that's so many successes! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes on 8 dice.
Okay.
Plus
I
my
like it.
1.
What's your 1? Ooh, I love it. 7 successes. Give me that horn, baby!
He stands up very straight and he paces and stomps and drags his hooves up for a little bit. Giving a horn is not easy. I will do it on a blood pact. You fight me on a future date in my labyrinth. With your friends.
Oh, we're all going to fight. It's 3-on-1, is it?
You can keep your decoy, Noelle, for when she dies to console your souls.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, all right. Sure. Won't happen, but all right.
Ah! Very well. Noelle, approach me.
I don't take commands from food.
If we're going to strike a deal, you need to approach.
Well,
Fine.
The
She'll
time
walk
for
up.
goading is not now.
She'll walk up, but only because she feels like it, not because he told her to.
And just for the fun of it, I assume no one like walks up but doesn't say that. In Noelle's voice, can Charlie be like, I'm walking up because I want to, not because you told me to, like just behind the Minotaur, just as a playful mockery, I feel like they can tell that's the energy they're walking up with.
I love it. He'll respond to it. I understand the feeling, and he'll kneel down. Decoy, cut the left horn.
Hey,
Yay.
and he kind of goes up and then stops and goes, my left or your left?
It doesn't
Well, obvious-
matter.
no,
No,
his
my
left.
left.
His left.
Your
clearly.
left. Okay, cool. Yeah, because you said left, and I was like, okay, is it your left or my? Okay, and I'm gonna go and try and cut the horn.
Yeah, it
just
cuts right through like butter.
Ooh.
Give me that
Wow.
horn.
Here you go.
You would make a
And-
fine squire.
Yeah, no thanks.
I miss crushing the skulls of squires.
That's not a very good thing.
Mortals
to
are
put on the
so
application.
soft now. Cut my hand with that god metal knife. Right down the middle. Shallow cut.
Shallow.
Just a shallow.
Are we talking
cut.
your shallow or my shallow? Because I feel like that's. And
My
I'm just gonna
shallow,
cut.
I'm not weak.
And I'm gonna cut through in the palm of the hand.
Excellent. He's gonna coat the horn in blood, and then he's gonna hold it out to Noelle. Place your hand on the horn.
Okay. I'll
A
do
blood
it.
oath. I will prepare the labyrinth. You will return and fight me. With or without your friends, but you must be present.
Just like any time in the future, or
Within the month.
I
okay,
think
preferably
preferably on the
sooner.
23rd.
I'll need a week at least to prep the labyrinth.
okay.
Does the labyrinth frighten you, small one?
No, I think what he is mistaking for hesitation is Noel resisting the urge to bite his hand that is right on the horn here.
Getting the like steak smell with the blood.
Yeah, it's
great.
almost like, you know, when someone is like gonna throw up and they're like swallowing a lot and like yeah. So she's talking really heavy and slow like that.
Excellent. Do you place your hand on the horn and
Yeah.
swear it?
Sure, yeah.
A blood oath is struck. Should you not return to fight me, a horrible curse will befall you and all of your kin.
Okay.
This is
Cool.
ancient magic beyond your small god brains.
Okay, whatever. Come back, kill you. Got it. It's not complicated.
You're going to see a dwarf with that horn?
Yes,
Tell him his craft disgusts me.
I won't, but thank you.
I will.
Thank you.
They will.
You should really let the decoy do the talking for you.
I'm really good at it. Very convincing.
Well,
Very well.
I suppose our business is concluded. Oh,
How did you get past the Nars? Did you kill them?
Nars. No, didn't need to.
Leave them be. They're
Can you,
useful
like,
to me.
Calm them down or something before we leave so they don't bite our little faces.
I can tell them to stand down.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
Unless Horatio already knows we've spoken. In which
Oh,
case
he
it
may.
may be out of my hands.
Well, we'll find out.
I could always eat them.
She could always eat them.
Don't eat my Nars.
I won't unless they try to eat me first.
Be
This is
gone.
some
I have
pre-major
preparations to
chunks out
do.
people.
He's gonna trample
Yeah.
like right through the middle of all of you, and he's
Ooh.
very fast. He's gonna go stomping down the hallway and take like a sharp turn down one of the corridors in the labyrinth.
Did he take the letter with him?
No, he left it.
I'll take that.
Actually,
Take
it's
his will.
a huge scroll. It's like massive for you.
Don't
Yeah,
take his.
I'll roll it up.
It's like apron sized.
Don't you think this is valuable information?
Take it when you kill him.
Okay, sorry. I just
there's
thought we
like
were.
there's a stack of papers there. It's more than just the one he was writing on.
Oh, well, let's look
Yeah.
through his stuff.
Let's rifle through it.
We're just rifling
Will's
through
favorite
stuff.
pastime: looking
Well,
through
I-
people's stuff.
It's just here in the open.
Yeah, you're snooping through.
Oh, he was actually snooping through the whole time.
Yeah,
while you guys-
I was about to
talking.
wonder that. It's like that's what Will's actually been doing this whole time.
Excellent. Yeah, what you've been able to gather through by snooping through it is that this is basically Horatio's like bodyguard. Horatio brings him on anything where he needs a god actually killed. Horatio does not like doing the killing himself, he mentions in his letters. And the Minotaur's conscience has been getting heavy because Horatio always disadvantages the fight before he has them finish them off. Also, you gather some interesting things about these Nars and Pucks are able to hold the sparks, and that Horatio has been using these Nars as experiments of how to get the sparks into more impressive outsiders, such as a Minotaur.
Very good.
That's
Will,
about the most secretive you get. Other than that, it's personal accounts and letters to his brother and a lot of just torture and inner torment over not being able to fight Noel.
Very good reading. Oh, and there's some secrets about Horatio.
All right. And there's a complaint to contractors. I hired you to build a new labyrinth, but it's been over 4 weeks and you haven't been back to the site. Rain shouldn't stop you building a labyrinth for me.
Exactly.
How does that make any sense?
Lots of angry labyrinth talk.
well, actually speaking, is there secrets about the labyrinth that might come in handy in the fight that we will?
Yeah, like I will use this plan.
There
Here's my
is-
Noel labyrinth diagram.
There's
No,
not like elaborate details, but there is some sketchups of potential additions to the labyrinth. Some traps and some mechanisms, and you can take note of those, and those could be useful if you return to fight him in the labyrinth.
Will.
Oh yeah, you guys have cameras on your phones. So it's like, oh, you guys actually have cameras. That's funny.
Oh, yeah. Will doesn't, but
Will's got the domain camera.
yeah. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yeah. All right.
Noelle, as they're rifling through stuff and Noelle finds one of these like layout kind of things, she's gonna wave it in front of Andrew's face. Oh, I'm sorry, does this offend your precious, fragile principles for fair
Actually,
competition?
you know what? Like it does. So please, like, don't read that.
Oh, too late. I already know it. What are you gonna do?
Right.
Excavate the knowledge from my brain?
No, I'll just tell the Minotaur and he'll change his
You want me to
plans.
throw
Alright.
this competition too? You want me to just die on purpose?
Oh, no. I was going to say, I know how much you love to compete. This is where you can put it all on the line. In fact, you know what? This is fine. He left the desk. That's his fault. He's already losing the fight. It's already started. He set the date. This is just preparation. So no, go ahead. Read it all. I won't tell him anything. This is where you can shine, Noel. This is what it's about. You go compete on television with humans. That's nothing. That's just you making people lose. And I will not allow you to do that again, by the way. If you want to be on the show, we have to discuss final position because you cannot get past 5th place. But here in this labyrinth, go all out. Do whatever you can. Beat this big old bull.
Well, lucky for me, I don't need your permission to beat this bull or
Ah,
to
but
go
you
on
have
the show.
Oh, you got the permission for the bull, not for the show. I'll call the producers. I have their numbers.
Noelle is mostly annoyed that she didn't get a reaction out of him, so she just storms off.
Fantastic. All right, you guys have this horde.
In Noel's voice, again, Charlie will say, I'm annoyed that I didn't get a reaction out of you as Noel walks away.
Fantastic. Excellent. All right, you guys heading back to the tavern?
Yeah, we got.
Oh, yeah. Wait, hang on. Before I leave underground, are there any cool minerals?
Are there any
Yeah.
certain minerals?
Nothing super special. There's stone, which I mean, stone has minerals, and you could get some rocky skin.
Well, I don't want to eat it right now. I want to put it in my pocket.
Yeah, there's like a nice dungeon rock for your pocket.
All right, I'll take the dungeon rock with me.
Dungeon rock.
What is cobblestone but dungeon rock? Excellent. All right, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll time skip you guys back to the tavern. You guys were pretty quick with that. You guys avoided the gnars and whatnot. So Vincent's probably just wrapping up his set. He's even got a couple fans there. There's potentially a couple mortals that are in the bar now at this hour. You guys come back in. Gauze gives you a nod. That was fast.
Well, you send a god to do a job, we come back quick.
And my friend here is pretty impressive. Figured you'd make quick work of it.
And I bow deeply.
Who are you now, pal?
I think right now I'm going to be just Tiara for a bit.
It's one of my favorites. Funny enough, this tricky one's one of the gods I trust the most.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. They're
That seems like a bad idea.
difficult to trust.
Just takes some getting used to.
Yeah, maybe so. Well,
So you got the horn?
we got the horn. I hope a left horn is all right.
Doesn't matter which one.
All right, here it
It's
is.
also covered in minotaur blood, so you probably
There
want
is
to wash
also
out or
minotaur-
collect
and
it.
There's
or- I
also
don't know.
some of my blood on there.
Yeah, a little bit of Noel blood as well.
That could be useful too. God blood's some powerful stuff.
No, all right.
Okay, just
Well.
don't use it to like curse me or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I
I'm
will.
likely not even going to use this for whatever you need. This was just a
Oh.
material for a material.
All right, you're gonna just make it a tankard. Just drink from the horn.
Not a terrible idea. I think I
Good
could
idea.
do better though.
Ah,
Well, give me some time to check on my inventory. What exactly is the problem you're wanting to solve? It's a weapon you want?
well, maybe we should have talked about
Yeah.
this. What are we thinking, everybody? Will, have
Um,
any ideas?
Can we table talk for a second, maybe?
No, let's talk in character, but at
Okay.
a table in the tavern.
Okay, fine.
No,
I'll
no,
let
no,
Will
no. What do
go
you want? What do you
first.
want? Look, see the accent. It's gone. Now I just have a normal.
Well,
human.
I only say table
You
talk
are.
because I don't think Noel would be as outspoken about this. But
Fair enough.
Tori is wondering if maybe we need something like we don't necessarily need a weapon, but more just something to prevent him from doing that manifestation that shut us all down. Like I think
Yeah,
that
that's-
was kind of the kicker, you know?
Yeah, that's the fundamental problem. It's when Horatio arrives, he can just be like, "Brep, no powers for all
Yeah.
of you. You're asleep now," and we
Yeah.
don't want that. So we need like
Yeah.
something defensive to protect against that kind of a manifestation.
Yes.
Is that the plan?
I'm on board.
Okay.
So something
Uh,
to protect
Your weapon.
yourselves.
He does this thing where like you turn up and suddenly you're all sleepy and weak and you sort of fall to the ground and then he does whatever he wants with you. So anything you have that could like prevent him from doing that to us would be lovely, I guess.
Hmm.
And a
Seen
big gun.
similar things. A
Big
big
gun.
gun.
Also a big gun to shoot him with.
Typical
It's
modern
both.
age. Everybody wants guns.
Just a huge gun.
How were they, Tiala? They good people?
They were fun.
Fun is
Yeah.
something. Think they're gonna bring
I like
upon
that
an
one
apocalypse?
specifically. Oh no. I don't think they will. I mean, and I like look at Noel. No, I don't think so.
All right.
Wait, I want to know who you were pointing to when you said that one specifically.
Francis.
But that one, I point at Francis.
It's just
That one's
in
dangerous.
He's still doing a little dance and the music and stuff.
You want to keep an eye on that one, trust me.
Fence dance.
Well, now you've got a reference, so I suppose I can start work on something. I have an idea. I'll see what I can work up and I'll run it by you first.
All right.
Anything I can help with?
I'm gonna need some extra hands for sure.
I'm all in.
Excellent.
By the way, and I'll turn to everyone. My name is Tiala. And I'll put a hand out. God of Deception and Lies.
I don't
Oh.
believe you.
I don't hear that one admitted often. You must be a fine bunch. All right. Well, drinks for free is part of the package deal. Enjoy yourselves. You want me to run interference on Victor for you?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. Is he bothering you? You actually like him?
I mean, he's not bothering me. He's fine.
Oh, so you
Ah,
don't need
you-
to run interference.
you do
They're getting
like
married
him.
in the spring.
Probably. I can craft some fun things for the wedding.
I'll elbow Andrew again.
Ooh, can I be like the your bridesmaid? And as I say that, I want to use another fragment, my last fragment. And I want to shift into someone like looks similar to Noel, but like different enough to be like, this could be Noel's sister. As I remove the helmet.
I love it. Pretty handy for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I have some kind of insane sudden wedding in the spring, I will absolutely call you to be my bridesmaid, and I will absolutely call you to make wedding bands.
I
Thank
don't
you
need to be
so
the god of
much for your
deception and lies
support.
to know that's a lie.
And with the very nice fragment usage at the end, Victor will walk up. You have a sister? And we'll end the scene there. We'll call that a session for tonight.
Wonderful.
Excellent. So much fun having you with us, Drac. Thanks for guesting. Hope you had a good time. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let's talk about all the awesome people that we had with us again tonight before we wrap up. Drac, you do some awesome content. Why don't you tell people one more time where you can be found, any announcements you want to talk about, share it with the people.
Yes. Hi, I'm Drac or Draconics, and today I played Sophia. I honestly forgot all the names. Sophia, Talia, and Jack.
It was hard to keep track of, which was awesome.
Yeah. I had a character name generator up on my screen, and I have like 100 names to pick from.
So good.
But you can find me on Twitter at Draconics. It's DRAKONIQUES. I'm a TTRPG performer, producer, writer, everything and anything TTRPG related I am doing or will be doing. But a big thing I'm doing right now that I'm going to be yelling from the rooftops is that I am currently kickstarting, or the Kickstarter's going to go live soon, but you can sign up to be notified on Kickstarter. I'm going to actually play podcast and stream. It's going to be the whole big package called Beyond the Brook, which is a Over the Garden Wall inspired actual play. If you don't know what Over the Garden Wall is, it's just a
so good,
creepy, eerie, surreal adventure where a couple of kids got lost in ever-changing woods and meet very strange denizens of the woods and are constantly running from a dark, shadowy creature that is there to kind of feed on their insecurities and eventually them. And we're going to be playing in a world inspired by them with characters inspired by that world. So check that out. But yeah, everything else, I'm all over the internet. Just follow me and figure out what else I'm doing at any given moment, because it's many things, many of the time.
Many good things indeed. Make sure that you go give a follow. Thanks again. It was a blast playing with you, Drac. Glad to have you on the stream. Alongside Drac, we have our regular cast for this show. Bill, let's start with you. Tell us where you can be found on the internet.
Hey, I'm Bill. I'm a podcaster. You can check out everything I do at consumethismedia.com. So that's Escape This Podcast for escape rooms played by cool people, for Solve This Murder, if you want to hear cool murder mysteries played by two dumb people, and plenty of other fun stuff. I stream as Play This Game _live on Twitch occasionally, and there's always cool, weird things going on. Also check out Lateral, Tom Scott's new podcast, because I'm on that quite a lot. So that's a great show as well, and you can check it out.
All good stuff. Great content with Bill as well. Thank you, Bill. And Nathan, tell us about yourself, where you can be found.
You bet. Nathan, you can find us at knightsofmasteel.com. We make mobile apps for tabletop RPGs. Got a few generators and things. So always a pleasure playing with you.
It's good stuff. We used his apps on the stream. They're fantastic. Highly recommend. Pleasure as always, Nathan. Tori and myself, as well as Katie behind the scenes, who's been chatting with you guys and running chat interactions, are 3/4 of the Level 1 Geek team. Tori, do we have any announcements or anything that we want to talk about?
Nothing for me except that I will sadly be gone next week for our episode. So what is her character's name? I know she's the goddess of customer service. Crystal, that's right. Crystal will be back again and subbing in for Noelle. So that'll
Noelle's
be fun.
just in a freezer punching hanging
Noelle,
bits of meat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Noelle's
exactly
training
what
for
I
her
was thinking.
fight.
That's hilarious.
Can Noelle be training with, just because I thought it'd be very funny, Talia, and Talia's like taking the form of like some like professional
If
like
Tiala's
kickboxer.
willing, it
absolutely.
might be
I think Talia
painful,
would find it funny.
but Tiala will.
I love that.
Charlotte would
So
find it
good.
very amusing. That would be so down for it. Charlotte's kind of weird, if you haven't noticed.
In the best way.
In the best way.
Awesome. I love it. Very good. Yeah, I don't think I have any other additional announcements, but we will be back next week. We are off of our break, so make sure you tune in. If you guys want to get caught up on the series, please check it out on YouTube. This episode will be up on Friday, so if you want to watch it through cut down and edited, you can catch it then. And I think that's all we have. So for everybody else, go take a long rest. Go disc golfing because it's really fun, but if somebody tries to chomp a chunk out of your leg, maybe pick a different course.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, on that note,
Classic part of it.
yeah, just part of disc golfing. We'll catch you guys next week. Have a good night, everybody.